The school bells are ringing. Summer has turned to fall. The children are back in class. And Mom and Dad have returned to their peaceful way of life. But all is not well at this hour. WCW is invading Houston, Texas. You'll see 3 title matches. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat will defend his TV title against Lord Steven Regal. The Nasty Boys go up against the World Tag Team Champions Arn Anderson and Paul Roma, the Horsemen. Nature Boy Ric Flair puts his World Heavyweight title on the line with Ravishing Rick Rude. But the most explosive match in wrestling history will finish it off. It's War Games. Live from the Astro Arena in Houston, Texas, it's Fall Brawl 93.
They are jam-packed to the rafters in Houston for Fall Brawl. And yes, World Championship Wrestling is in Texas. Tony Schiavone along with Jesse the Body Ventura. As you take a look at our crowd, Jesse, welcome to the state of Texas.
Well, I'll tell you what, Tony Schiavone, I'm pumped up. I'm down here with all these Texicans, and we just had more fireworks than what they saw at the Alamo.
You hear the chant of Houston, a capacity crowd on hand, a fever pitch, as we said this weekend on our television programs. This is the most dangerous day in World Championship Wrestling. War Games, the match beyond.
I'll tell you, I'm dressed for war, Tony. This is combat gear, and I'm ready for combat. Let's get it on.
Let's go to Eric Bischoff. Eric?
All right, thanks, Tony and Jesse. And in addition to War Games, the match beyond, we've got 3 world title matches. Without any further delay, let's go to the man who made the Rumble famous, Michael Buffer.
Michael Buffer is in the ring, awaiting this first matchup. Of course, this is one of the matches that'll decide a title, a major title in World Championship Wrestling. And here comes the challenger, Lord Steven Regal, Jess.
The one and only Lord Steven Regal. And you can tell he's not getting a great reception from these Texicans because he probably looks at them as very much like the people he'd hire for servants, you know, to work in like the horse locker and all that over in England.
Well, I think he looks at everyone in the United States that way, not just Texas people. And so that's the way it is. You see, and the chant of USA begins already.
Well, I really don't think USA is going to affect Lord Steven Regal that much because he's a blue blood. He doesn't concern himself with that. And we're in for a great scientific matchup, I think, here, Tony, because we all know the television champion Ricky the Dragon Steamboat can wrestle, and Lord Steven, without a doubt, I think the finest scientific wrestler in all the world.
Well, that's a point certainly that many people agree upon. 2 rings here, and the wrestlers will alternate one ring to the other. They are wrestling this World Television Championship in the ring to our right as we await the arrival of the World Television Champion, Ricky Steamboat. And as Steamboat begins his way to the ring, we do understand that they are still coming in here to the Astro Arena next to the Astrodome. They'll be turning them away. Probably about 2,000 people will be turned away here today. Every seat in the house will be taken as Ricky Steamboat, the Dragon, the television champion. And I tell you, Jesse, he just looks like someone who should have a title belt around him. He has been such a great champion over the years that here's a guy that's just made to be a champion in World Championship Wrestling.
In other words, you're saying a lizard should wear a belt.
I don't think, I think you said that, as a matter of fact. I didn't. And we are anticipating, Jesse, as we've talked about so many times, a classic, and what a way to begin things. Steamboats against Regal, the television title on the line. Nick Patrick separates them. We're just about set to go, and for the ring announcement, let's go to Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Houston, Texas,
where tonight World Championship Wrestling, the WCW, presents the Fall Brawl. Let's get things started, ladies and gentlemen, with this first battle. This is for the World Television Championship. Introducing first, weighing in at 18 stone, 2 pounds, wearing a royal blue with red trim, he is the former European Heavyweight Champion, the former European Tag Champion, and the former All Nations Heavyweight Champion. He's from Blackpool, England, with his advisor, the noble Sir William. Ladies and gentlemen, the challenger, the very dapper Lord Steven Regal. And his opponent across the ring, wearing the white with red and gold trim, weighing in at 234.5 pounds, this former United States Heavyweight Champion. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the World Television Champion, the man known as the Dragon. Ladies and gentlemen, Ricky Steamboat.
We need to make notice, just that Steamboat's ribs on the left side heavily taped because of the beating he took. Oh, here we go. Beating he took yesterday on WCW Saturday Night at the hands of Lord Steven with that umbrella.
Did you see that, Tony? We were there, and all the fans that didn't see it, Lord Steven pounded on the Dragon like a dog. Beat him up with that umbrella, and you can see the Dragon, look at, clutching the ribs. He is not 100%, you can tell, Tony.
And certainly that is going to have an effect on the remainder of this match. As you said, Jesse, he's in a lot of pain, and we've just begun, and Regal taking advantage, but Steamboat fires back.
Well, you notice right away, Steamboat has changed this from what we thought would be a classic wrestling match. The Dragon has turned it into a brawl. He came out swinging, he came out punching, and he's forcing Lord Steven, the challenger, to match fire with fire and use dirty tactics, which I'm sure Lord Steven would prefer to wrestle this match, Tony.
Shot by Steamboat, and firing back. We certainly anticipate it. Over the top! And that time he hit the runway. Fortunately, didn't go down to the floor. This match would be over.
Yeah, that's a technicality. How is it he can go out and land on the runway over the top rope?
Those are the rules, Jeff. Need to be stretched or made to be broken, as you always say. Steamboat up top. The big chop on Lord Steven Regal from the top, and Steamboat takes flight early in this match, but Steamboat's in a tremendous amount of pain.
Look at that, he's clutching at the ribs. I'll tell you, Lord Steven did damage with that umbrella, but the Steamboat, the game champion is, oh, look at that. A karate shot right to the Adam's apple in the throat, forcing Lord Steven to go in and hit those ribs with the short elbows.
For being the world's greatest scientific wrestler, we have not seen a wrestling hold yet.
Yeah, but who set the pace? I told you, Steamboat's the one that came out and turned this into a brawl.
Now Steamboat probably feels that if it's a brawl, then it's to his advantage. Oh, to the midsection again, right to the ribs. And you just have to wonder how much Steamboat can take, but it continues to fire back at Regal. Full arm dragon twist, and the big foot reverse kick that time. Knock Regal down.
And look at this, a flagrant choke. You know, I'm disappointed in Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, Tony. I thought we'd see classic wrestling.
Well, the match is young, Jesse, so hang on here.
It ain't gonna happen now.
Big chop.
It's kind of hard, Tony, to take it from a brawl back to a wrestling match.
They are right above and in front of Sir William, who has remained right in that one corner. He's usually very active. There you see Sir William, but he has stayed in his corner the whole time. A couple of reversals. And there you go. A takedown, a hammerlock, and now we're seeing some wrestling holds here, Jess.
Well, it's about time. Ricky Steamboat with a good-looking hammerlock, flips over, adds more leverage onto it, and he's got Lord Steven in a predicament now down on the mat.
One of 3 titles that'll be on the line, as you heard Eric Bischoff say earlier on. The World Tag Team Championship and the World Heavyweight title that Ric Flair has will be on the line, plus War Games, the match beyond. We've added yet another match for what we've announced over the past couple of weeks. We'll be talking about that. And Steamboat continues now to try to inflict some punishment on Lord Steven Regal, but each and every time he moves, the ribs hurt.
Well, I'll tell you, you got bruised ribs or cracked ribs. There's not a whole lot you can do with your body that is not going to cause pain. And look at Lord Steven driving the boot right into the tape.
Big shout. Steamboat full arm dragon twist on the wrists of Lord Steven Regal, but he's really close to him here. He's got to stay away from Regal, or Regal can get in those blows or go to the ribs.
And you notice that was a legal forearm by Lord Steven.
Steamboat playing possum here. Look at this. Arm takeover. 2 count, and Regal's out of it.
Now, how come when Flying Brian does that, he's cheating, and when Steamboat does it, it's brilliant?
I guess it's your point of view, Jess.
Or your point of view, Tony.
Well, maybe my point of view. Again to the ribs. And obviously what we saw last night on Saturday night is the most dominant factor in this World Television title match. Oh, on the arm, and now he may have hurt that arm. We may have an injury right here on the shoulder and the arm of Lord Steven Regal, and now the complexion of this match may have changed drastically just on that one move, Jess.
That's right. And Steamboat's following up on it, driving the knees in, hooks the shoulder. He's going to now try to turn Lord Steven over for a pin. Got the one arm hammer locked and the other one tied up. There's a 1 count, a 2 count. Whoa, almost 3.
There you see Nick Patrick, the right hand on the shoulder that just got up. And once again, Nick Patrick in great position to make the call.
And you got to wonder, could Steamboat get more leverage had he not had the damaged ribs?
And that's a good point, Jess. On the mat they are, where you would think that Lord Steven Regal would have the advantage, but no, it's the champion Steamboat with the advantage.
You know, I feel great tonight. You know why, Tony? My entrance, you'd have thought Davy Crockett was coming back to save the Alamo when I came here to Texas.
Is that what you would, compare it to, something like that?
That or who's that Texican general there was back in them days? Sam Houston.
Oh, flying body press. 1, 2. Steamboat could not make a good cover just because of the ribs. Could not make a good cover that time, and well, that changed that. Steamboat, of course, won the television championship at Clash of the Champions on August 18th, defeating Paul Orndorff in what was, we talked about it many times since that, a classic match. And of course, it was Orndorff who just yesterday, in an attempt to injure his opponent with a pile driver, brought Steamboat into the ring to stop that. Lord Steven Regal was watching the match along with us, Jesse, at ringside, ran into the ring, and with the help of Orndorff, beat him senseless with the umbrella.
Well, let's play devil's advocate. What business was it of Steamboat's? What Orndorff's doing in a match?
It was none. But
none. That's right. So what Steamboat did, he brought upon himself.
I would agree with that.
He interfered in the match. So what, you know, if you're going to dance to the music, sometimes you got to pay the fiddler.
2 count. Oh, look at this. He hoists Steamboat up. Regal showing look at this. Lord Steven Regal, and Steamboat holds on again. And Jesse, I've never seen that in this sport ever.
Well, it's a beautiful move. What you got there is a short arm scissors being applied by Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, where he actually applies the scissors on the arm, gets his forearm in there, and by twisting your own forearm bone, you can cause extreme pain to your opponent. It's actually almost a submission hold.
Nick Patrick was calling for the break that time. Got the break, and Steamboat gets dumped on the outside. Here he comes back in. Regal, a wild swing that missed. Steamboat was up and over, and almost out that time. That was close. He hit hard.
Excellent move by Lord Steven. He had enough time to see the Dragon coming off the rope, ducked down, picked him up, back body dropped him, and look at the Dragon holding on to those ribs. And look at Lord Steven going in. That's a legal forearm, Tony. That was not a closed fist. He can drive the knees or the forearms into those ribs all that he wants. If I was him, I'd rip that tape off.
I don't think it matters. Look at this, the point of the elbow just grinding into the ribs of Steamboat.
Of course, then again, the advantage to the tape is it gives you a great target to aim at.
That's true. You know where it is.
If your eyes are sweating up and you, whoa, beautiful move by Lord Stephen. Edouard Carpentier, reincarnated right there.
And a reverse chinlock is applied. A crossface maneuver, actually, by Lord Steven Regal. And, of course, on the other side of the ledger, so to speak, Jesse, a lot of times, and we know this to happen in this sport, a lot of times a wrestler will have a right hand that's injured, but will take the left hand to try to throw the opponent off, but there's no denying Regal remembers what he hit with that umbrella.
Was one heck of a good umbrella, too, because it didn't open up.
Kicking the ribs again. The television championship as we begin Fall Brawl live from Houston, Texas.
Must have been one of those tote umbrellas. They're
Must
the
have
best,
been,
I think.
yeah, must have been, Jess. There you take a look at Steamboat. Steamboat trying to get back to his feet. He may be able to elevate the challenger here.
He may crunch his ribs trying to elevate him.
He got him up and back down. Whoa, the legs got up to the ribs. The knees and the shins of those boots against the ribs of Steamboat. Steamboat cannot even get to his feet here. It's Regal. Big shot. Steamboat just trying to fight him off here. This is desperation blows here. Single leg. Oh, once again the ribs. Game plan has been pretty basic. The ribs are taped, the ribs are hurt. That's what we go to if you're in the corner of Lord Steven Regal, and Sir William has been basically in that corner the entire time without moving here. Up and over Steamboat goes. Oh my goodness, it's a human torture rack maneuver. A backbreaker.
I remember that move quite well, Tony Schiavone. I probably won 1,000 matches with that move right there.
Well, at least 700. Over the shoulders.
1,700, you said?
No. Fans are encouraging Steamboat to finally got out of it. Big chop on top of the head. Steamboat goes down.
Drop toe hold by Lord Steven. Oh, is he going to stretch the old hamstrings here?
Oh, he really is. Regal.
Oh, what is the Dragon going to do now? Now he's going to sit back with him. Watch this. Going to get momentum, sit back with,
Oh my. That's painful to watch. It's almost a version of what, the surfboard maneuver?
Plus he's got the legs tied up. There's nowhere for the Dragon to go. Standing on the hamstrings, that can't feel great. Especially on a guy getting up in Steamboat's age bracket.
Oh my goodness. Pulling on those arms, the pressure on the rib cage and the muscles. We may have a submission right here.
He is the master of the scientific holds, and when it comes to doing holds, I don't think the Dragon can stay with Lord Steven.
Lord Steven Regal, the British aristocrat, in the corner. Steamboat chops away, Regal back to a corner again. Regal hooks Steamboat. He got him in close proximity that time, and now may try a butterfly suplex here.
He's trying to get the hands locked, but Steamboat's fighting him off. So he decides to change plans a little bit, go back to forearms to the back, and it looks like he's going to try to get in there again. Oh, he's ripping the tape off. There goes the tape. For whatever good the tape was in the first place, it's gone now.
I guess it was taped to keep the ribs maybe together and restricting their movement, but didn't do any good, obviously. There's the butterfly suplex over the top, and Regal now maybe the champion right here. 1, 2, no, Steamboat got out at 2. One, two, catapult. Oh, he hit face first in the top turnbuckle.
Both guys are dragging in there now. Now it becomes a battle of guts. Oh, look at Steamboat, couldn't do the slam.
1, 2, Steamboat's out again. Boy, Steamboat encountering a tremendous amount of pain in this match.
He don't have enough offense though, Tony. With the hurt ribs, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat's offensive moves have been cut probably down to a third of what he could normally do. I think the champ's in trouble.
Yeah, and I would agree. However, you have to wonder on the other end, if his offensive cut is cut, he has to wrestle defensively, and how much more can he do? How many more times can he escape this onslaught by the challenger?
You know what I'd do if I was Steamboat?
Tell me, Jess, what would you do?
I'd hit the ref or whatever and get intentionally disqualified to keep the title.
Of course you would.
Naturally.
I don't think Steamboat...
I mean, you'd lose a little money tonight, but you'd make up for it in the long run financially. You don't think Steamboat what? Would stoop to that level?
There you go. You took the words right. 1, 2, got a 2 count.
The problem is he ain't smart enough to do that.
Once again, it's from a certain point of view into the ribs. A pickup. Regal trying a pile driver, possibly, and Steamboat just trying to get out of it. Steamboat trying to get him to go. He got him. Get him, pick him up. He's got Regal.
What a reversal.
Steamboat. In a version of that tombstone pile driver. Down on the head of Lord Steven Regal.
But look at Steamboat can't follow up. There he goes for the cover.
2 count, Regal kicked away. What a way to start this program. Fall Brawl, Houston, Texas. And the television title on the line, and 2 men giving it their all here. Steamboat not 100%, but he's still, and he's rolled up 1, 2, and Regal got out in 2. Steamboat chomping, getting seemingly a second win here. Again, a cover, and no sir, Regal got the left shoulder up.
Another 2 count, and Steamboat's got to do something, try to put Lord Steven away inside cradle.
And Regal escapes again. He just pushed his legs out towards the ropes and then got the shoulder up. Now he reverses. Steamboat hooks the head. Steamboat may try a vertical suplex, and he got him over.
But again, look at him clutching the ribs. He's in pain. He can't follow up as quickly as he should.
2 counts.
And just that delay, Tony, can be the difference between victory and defeat. Steamboat taking a big chance here. He's going up to the top, hurt ribs and all.
Regal up. Steamboat waiting. This could be it. Flying body press. And Regal just rolled him right off of it. What about that for a counter move for a flying body press? Just use the man's momentum to roll him off. 1, 2. A little bit too late that time, Jess.
And you see it's because of those ribs the Dragon can't cover like he normally could.
Shoulder block, Regal goes down. 1, 2. The left shoulder gets up for Regal again. Steamboat looking for a place. Steamboat doing the skin the cat.
Oh!
Sir William hit him in the head.
Beautiful suplex.
Over the top, and we
It's
have
over.
a new television champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner and new World Television Champion, Lord Steven Regal.
Regal becomes the World Television Champion.
I'll tell you, Tony, that's Sir Williams quick, isn't he?
Well, I have to agree with that.
I mean, he came up like a flash. Let's go back to replay. There you see the Dragon skin the cat over the top, pulls himself back up, and look at Sir William. Boom! You tell me he ain't a natural baseball player. He must have played a lot of cricket with a swing like that. Into the belly to back suplex. Beautiful bridge by Lord Steven. Holds the Dragon down. 1, 2, 3, and a new television champion, Lord Steven Regal himself.
Let's go to Eric Bischoff.
All right, thanks, guys. And as you can see, I'm here with undoubtedly 2 of the nastiest men in this sport. personification of the word nasty. What's the big secret? You've been talking about it for weeks. Share it with us.
Well, in a couple of seconds away, the clock's ticking down for 2 of the 4 horsemen. We got a big, big secret sitting right at the end of Nasty Street. You gotta walk that street through Nastyville and survive and face the biggest secret the Nasty Boys have ever unleashed. Tell them, Mobs. Not only, Bischoff, do we have a big surprise, but right now, the Nasty Boys will tell you how we're gonna finish the Horsemen. A bulldog off the top rope. 1, 2, 3, and you're looking at the new World Tag Team Champions, baby.
Nasty and perhaps overconfident. World Tag Team titles on the line. The Nasty Boys taking on Arn Anderson and Paul Roma. That coming your way later on. Let's get down to the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest on Fall Brawl, it is set for 1 fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first, from Saskatchewan, Canada, weighing 321 pounds, Big Sky.
Well, Jesse, have you ever heard of an athlete or a tag team coming in to a match for the championship and actually telling their opponents how they are going to win the match? I've never seen that happen before.
Yeah, but that don't mean they're telling the truth.
Well, that's true.
They could be lying.
Yeah, boy, if anybody knows a lot about liars, it's you.
That's right, I sit next to you.
I should learn to shut up. Let's go back to Gary.
And ladies and gentlemen, his opponent from the Chippewa Reservation of Red Lake, Minnesota, welcome, Charlie Norris.
Charlie Norris in his first WCW pay-per-view event.
Very wealthy kid. He's worth a lot of money. He owns half the stock in the Red Lake Grand Casino up there. He's making a ton of money, Tony.
Well, be that as it may, he is certainly making a lot of friends and fans in the sport in the short period of time. And we're talking about since the end of August. Charlie Norris has been around a mere 3 weeks or so. And already Charlie Norris is turning heads in the sport, making a big impact. Speaking of big, here's his opponent. And it's going to be a tall order, so to speak, for Charlie Norris in this one-on-one match here at Fall Brawl.
Yeah, but Charlie Norris is no small guy himself. I mean, look at Big Sky. Sky stands, what, 6'9"?
Yep.
Norris has got to be at least 6'6". Big match up here, and I mean that literally. Both of these guys, huge men.
Very tentative Big Sky to begin things. Here in the other ring now, this 2-ring event. Of course, both rings will be utilized when the big cage drops and War Games, the match beyond, begins later on. It's been a tradition in this sport. And Norris and Big Sky hook it up again. Neutral position, and they push away. And neither man able to get a power advantage here.
Well, they've never wrestled each other before, so they're going to test each other out. You're going to see which guy's a little stronger, who wants to wrestle scientific. Big Sky with an arm bar there, driving the big elbows in twice, snapping the arm on Charlie Norris.
Charlie going to the arm. And continuing his assault on the arm of Big Sky. Wrist lock is applied. And Norris back up to the arm. Big Sky keeps him up against the ropes. Tries to shrug him off, but no, Norris holds on to it. Well, Norris has come in with a pretty solid game plan here. That's to hang on to this big guy, when you would think that a guy who is, and you mentioned not too much smaller than Big Sky, but a guy who would try to maybe hit and run. He's been willing to hook up and get close to Big Sky and hold on to him.
I don't think Charlie Norris is a pretty pure wrestler, and he's not going to change his style for one opponent. You know, he's had a lot of success, like you said, Tony, in the last 3 to 4 weeks here in WCW. And because of that success, why would he change? He ain't been beat yet that I know of.
Right onto the arm, continuing now. He pushes using the feet, pushing on the chin, the neck, and the rib cage of Big Sky, just trying to pull that arm out. Norris, who has used his big double chop and the big foot to win matches. In the 3 weeks he's been with us, 1, 2, pushes him over again.
Good power move there by Charlie Norris. He held onto the arm, used his legs when Big Sky got back up to his feet, and eventually shook him back down and got him back flat on the mat again. Ooh, and Big Sky with a kick to the face. Slid that boot right across his bridge of the nose. Drives him back into the buckle. Whoa, and did Norris run into about a size 16 there, Tony?
Charlie Norris goes down hard, and now Big Sky getting the opportunity to get some offense going here for the first time in this match. And he is on Charlie Norris.
Takes one hand, drives him back into the turnbuckle. Norris hasn't recovered from that big foot to the face, and Big Sky needs to be a little quicker on the offense. Follow up on it.
Chokehold. Big Sky grabbed him by the throat and got the advantage. Randy Anderson with a stern warning that time, but regardless of the warning or not, the effect is there.
Absolutely, and he broke long before any 5 count, so there's nothing Anderson can do about it. He can yell all he wants.
The only thing is the fact that he will not make an attempt to execute a 3 count after a move like that. You have to break and then try it again.
Big body slam, and Big Sky going up to the second rope, it looks like.
6'9", Big Sky. The Saskatchewan native missed. He hit hard. Charlie Norris to his feet. And he kicked the knee, then the big chop to the head. Norris pounding away. Charlie into his war dance. Big chop on top of the head, shooting Big Sky in. Big backhanded chop that time.
And he's got Big Sky on the run now. Oh, and he walked into the foot again.
Sky was waiting on him that time. Big Sky shoot, no, reversal, Norris. A big foot to the face.
Got him.
And the winner of the match, Charlie Norris.
Charlie Norris gets the win over Big Sky, and he's a happy man. His first time on a big WCW pay-per-view, and he comes up a winner, Jess.
And he remains undefeated in World Championship Wrestling. Charlie Norris. Let's go back to replay. Now you see Norris firing Sky into the buckle. Wham! Catches him with a beautiful time kick. Right out of that turnbuckle, rolls in, hooks the leg, stunned him enough, locks the hands, 1, 2, 3, and Charlie Norris remains undefeated in World Championship Wrestling.
2 more title matches still to come in this program. War Games, the match beyond, and we've had some great action. A new television champion already, and we're off to a running start at Fall Brawl, Jess.
Well, I'll tell you, we're 1 for 1 with title changes. We could end up with 3 new champions before this night in Houston's over.
You're exactly right. Also an added match coming up next. 2 Colt Scorpio, Marcus Bagwell against the Equalizer, Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. But let's go to a very special man, our broadcast colleague we've known for many months now, Scott Dunlap, with this special interview.
Who? Thank you, Tony and Jesse. With me now is the British Bulldog, Davey Boy Smith, one of the participants in War Games. And British Bulldog, tonight, you're in the War Games. You got the quickness of Harlem Heat, the power of Vader, and Big Sid Vicious. Your comments.
Well, you know, Scott, Vader is very strong and very tough. Sid Vicious is very quick. And Harlem Heat is very sneaky. But the British Bulldog, they've got the power to watch out for him. Then you've got the natural Dustin Rhodes. Then you've got the speed of Sting. And now we've got the big Shockmaster, all 400 plus pounds. We're not going to quit. We're not going to surrender. We're going to see who is the champion at War Games.
Let's go back to the ring and the irrepressible Gary Michael Capella.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following tag team event, it is set for 1 fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing team number 1, First from Tampa, Florida, weighing 251 pounds, Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff. His tag team partner from Dodge City, Kansas, 302 pounds, the Equalizer.
Well, our thanks to Scott Dunlap in that special interview. There's no doubt about it that the British Bulldog, Davey Boy Smith, is ready for War Games, the match beyond, Jeff.
Well, Davey better be ready. He better be ready for pain, and he better be ready for hurt, because a match like War Games, Tony, I think Arn Anderson put it the best. Everybody's going to get hurt. Let's go back up to
And ladies and gentlemen, their opponents. First from Denver, Colorado, weighing 231 pounds, Cold Scorpio. His tag team partner, WCW Magazine Rookie of the Year, Marcus Alexander.
Marcus Bagwell and Cold Scorpio against Paul Orndorff and the Equalizer, our special added match, part of Fall Brawl, and of course this big pay-per-view extravaganza. Two men who are, this may be their most important match to date as a tag team, because they've had some wins, they've had some defeats, but
I'll tell you what, we can make a movie out of this, Tony. You know, they made a movie, White Men Can't Jump,
yeah,
White Men Can't Dance.
well, they can wrestle, and that's the name of the game here. And the Equalizer, and
You know, my buddy Wesley was in that movie, you know.
I know, and you and Wesley will be coming out with your own movie here pretty soon, aren't you?
That's right, October 8th, Demo Man hits everywhere. Can you imagine how the women are going to bother me then? It's bad enough right now.
Well, the chant of Paula, as almost as predictable in our last couple of months in WCW, has made Orndorff very angry.
We want the belt, brother. We want the belt. And we're coming after him, baby. Right here. WCW, brother.
Yeah, there's a challenge to the Horseman right there.
Maybe the Horseman.
Well, Arn Anderson and Paul Roma later on, if they come through that match against the Nasty Boys as champions, I know that it's going to be a contract with Too Cold and Bagwell in the office of the WCW come Monday.
Well, right now, Bagwell and Scorpio better worry about Mr. Wonderful and the Equalizer before they start worrying about a championship. Look at this nutcase.
The Equalizer, just a wild man, and Bagwell obviously going to try to use the quickness.
Equalizer's not exactly your classic wrestler, is he, Tony?
Nope. But he's effective, Jesse.
Oh, yeah. And he's a good partner for Mr. Wonderful, because what he lacks in wrestling ability, Wonderful definitely has it. But here's where the Equalizer will do his damage, just roughing up Marcus Alexander Bagwell.
Big forearm shot, and the youngster in trouble in the early moments of this match. Tried to run into him, and that didn't work. Here he goes again. Down he goes, this time hard, hit the back of his head.
What, didn't he believe it the first time? I mean, he hit him the first time. Look, he's going to do it again.
Wait a minute, underneath. Tried a foot to the midsection, and he ducked out of the way.
Hey, the Equalizer can think.
Well, you're not kidding, and it's very quick for a big guy. That time, Bagwell showing his own quickness, and he got him down. Too Cold. They're trying to get him off his feet. Double drop kick, and he falls on the outside.
And that'll do it.
Did he grab onto you that time, Jess?
Almost wrapped me in the head.
Yeah, good thing you don't have any hair up there.
Get this guy under control, Wonderful. He's pounding the heck out of me.
Nothing wrong with that now and then.
You know, I need to have you sit on the outside from now on.
I am on the outside when they have a match in this other ring.
Why don't we switch right now?
We can't keep doing that. Back in they go, and it's going to have to be the teamwork of Too Cold and Bagwell.
Look at Coldman trying to take him down with the leg. Can't get away. Look at a nice block by the big man.
Yes, sir. He's putting that knee down solid on the mat, the right knee, and he held off. And oh, big headbutt. And now Too Cold is in no man's land, Jess.
No, he ain't. He's in wonderful land.
Whatever. Double team. Oh, he hit hard. The ankles and then the rear end onto the mat. And now Orndorff.
Here's a guy I love to see in the ring, Mr. Wonderful. A veteran, but look at the shape this guy's in, and he'll go any way you want. If you want to wrestle, he'll wrestle. If you want to fight, he'll fight. I don't think there's a better pick for a guy's partner in the world than Mr. Wonderful.
Nick Patrick, you hear the warnings to Paul Orndorff, the man they call, and I guess he calls, Mr. Wonderful. Too Cold ducked. Forearm shot, and again. 3 times, make it 4. And Orndorff's down. Too Cold up top. He got it.
Oh, beautiful reverse.
And got a 1 count. Drop toe hold at Too Cold with an armbar. Great exchange right there, Jess, from both athletes.
Absolutely. Too Cold with the flying move, but Mr. Wonderful very well prepared for it when he hit the mat. He let momentum take him right over, and it was Mr. Wonderful who almost got the pinfall. That's the sign of the veteran right there, the guy who can make that reverse happen.
Bagwell, so far, teamwork from Too Cold and Bagwell, like we had talked about. Double hip toss, double elbow. Bagwell cover. Too Cold going back to the corner the long way.
You know, referees are too lenient with that. When you got more than 2 men in the ring, they should not be making counts, Tony.
Sometimes you gotta continue with the flow of the match, Jess.
Yeah, but they get caught up in the excitement too much. You should not be counting until that ring is cleared and only 2 participants are in there.
They are only human. We all get caught up in the match sometime. Even you, when they're cheating especially. Hooking, reversal. Bagwell, 1, 2. He got a 2 that time, and that time, Scorpio coming through, stopped the count. Nick Ray, oh, out!
Oh, look at that. I'll tell you what, the equalizer's thinking. He pulled that top rope down when Bagwell went to hit it. Bagwell flipped out to the floor. He's holding the knee. The fan screaming at the equalizer. He's saying, I didn't do nothing. Oh, look at this. Up goes Bagwell. Down goes Bagwell. Looks like he's wishing for his mom right now, Tony.
Yeah, and obviously there are mats, as you can tell, on the outside.
Yeah, but underneath those mats is cement.
Yeah, it's not the give like the ring has. Bagwell right at the foot of Jesse. Now, Jesse, don't you dare kick him.
What?
I know you.
You would,
Whoa!
no, I don't have to. You would insinuate that I would actively involve myself in the participation of a match?
It's more like accuse you instead of insinuate.
You know, Tony, for all the lunches I've bought in you,
On
for
the
all the
outside.
years, and you would believe I would stoop to that level.
Over the top, Bagwell trying to get Orndorff over. No, sir, left hand to the head. And an elbow, wow.
Well, Bagwell was close on that, but Mr. Wonderful able to keep his feet, do some damage, and then tag in the equalizer. And look at the equalizer. He's agitating Too Cold, getting him into the ring, and look at the double team action going now. And Too Cold's actually hurting his partner by trying to come to the rescue.
The emotion of the match that we talked about. 1, 2. Equalizer. I'm not so sure what that hold. I think he was just driving his taped forearm down into the eyes, into the bridge of the nose of Bagwell. This young team, as the chant of Paula starts to ring out here in the Astro Arena in Houston, This team of Too Cold and Bagwell, a team known for its quickness, a team known for its firepower, it's really been shot down here because they've stayed on the mat, and that's exactly what Orndorff and Equalizer wanted, Jesse.
Well, the crowd trying to get into it, trying to rally Marcus Alexander Bagwell. He comes back with 2 elbows and a beautiful move trying to get, he did it. He rolled it back.
One only. Boy, he ran through him that time. And covers him again. 1, 2. Scorpio just dragged the big guy off.
And had Scorpio not come in, the match was over. There was no way Bagwell was going to kick out of that. He was pinned.
You don't know.
Yes, I do. You can't see.
Front face lock and a double team.
That's it, Paul. That's it.
Orndorff with the bear hug on Marcus Bagwell. A good look at Bagwell and the pain he's going through as Nick Patrick looks in closely. Fall Brawl is underway. 2 more title matches still to go, plus War Games, the match beyond. We have a new World Television Champion, Lord Steven Regal. I do understand he will talk to us later on in this broadcast. A pickup in Bagwell with a great belly to back.
And he stunned Mr. Wonderful. But Wonderful, fortunately, over in his corner, makes the tag to the Equalizer. Bagwell tags Scorpio.
Well, the Equalizer a little bit slow getting in there. And look at Too Cold Scorpio. Too Cold. Drop kick. Up on top. Watch out, Jackie Crockett, our cameraman. Flying body press. 1, 2. No, sir. Cut off by Orndorff. And we have a melee going now.
Now you get all 4 in. Remember, the Equalizer and Too Cold Scorpio are the legal contestants in this matchup.
Oh, my goodness. And out of that, a clothesline from Mr. Wonderful. Once again, the legal men, as you said, there they are. Too Cold.
Too Cold and the Equalizer are the legal men.
And Too Cold's hurting. He's trying to get up as best he can. Double team Bagwell, and now Bagwell's down. Out goes Scorpio. And right now, the Equalizer and Paul Orndorff are taking command of this match. They have both men in trouble.
But the problem is Bagwell's not a legal man in the ring, and I think the referees lost track of who that is.
And I think the Equalizer has lost track as well. I think he feels the legal man is Bagwell. Oh! Too Cold! 1, 2,
He got it! What a move!
Ladies and gentlemen, here are your winners, the team of Marcus Alexander Bagwell and Too Cold Scorpio.
Too Cold and Bagwell get an electrifying win here at Fall Brawl, but wait a second. As this announcement has been read, the carnage continues. Bagwell's
outside the ring, Too Cold's caught inside, and he's taking a beating at the hands of the Equalizer and Mr. Wonderful. And
now,
look at this.
Oh, belly to back.
I'll tell you what, Bagwell and Too Cold may have won the match, but they're losing the war.
Well, you're exactly right. Bagwell and Too Cold win the match. But Orndorff and the Equalizer walk away from this one. Here you go, Jess.
Let's go back to replay. Here comes Too Cold with the full 1.5 from the tuck position. Lands hard on the Equalizer, hooks the leg, 1, 2, 3, wins the match, but takes a beating when it's all over, Tony.
Let's go to Eric Bischoff with the new World Television Champion. Eric?
All right, thanks, guys. And as you can see, I am now joined by the new World Television Champion, Lord Steven Regal and Sir William Mr. Regal, you won that match under their dubious circumstances. Even you would have to agree with that.
Mr. Bischoff, you know the rules. You don't talk unless he wants to talk to you. But tomorrow morning, we'll be boarding an aeroplane, and we shall be flying to London to be highly commended by the Queen.
Being the only Englishman to obtain such a title, I'm sure it will be a great honor. Now, as I return to this land of decadence and debauchery, I will defend this title with the honor and pride that you lowly, peasantly people have come to expect.
Wait a minute, let's talk about honor and pride. You call winning a match by your valet with a cane, you call that honorable?
Mr. Bischoff, to you and all of these lowly people, I not only am a lord, but I am also a gentleman. If you can't trust me, who can you trust?
Absolutely no one. Let's get down to the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest, it is set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first, accompanied by Tex Slasinger from Amarillo, Texas, Shanghai Pierce.
Al, our thanks to Eric Bischoff, and I would agree. Eric getting a little feisty there with the World Television Champion.
Yeah, but you notice how the television champion put him right in his place, didn't he?
Well, we have some people who can identify with Tex Slasinger and Shanghai Pierce.
Plenty of goat ropers in the crowd tonight.
That's not what I meant, and I shouldn't have led you into that. Go ahead, Gary Capetta.
And ladies and gentlemen, his opponent from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing 313 pounds, Ice Train.
One of the biggest in World Championship Wrestling, and we mean big everywhere. Arms, legs, chest. Look at the traps he has on him, Jess.
This guy's put together. I mean, when you talk about a train, this guy's a locomotive. Look at him. What does he go? 280, 290? Whoa.
He's a big one.
I don't envy Shanghai right now. But he's got Tex in the corner. They got the big bull rope and the cowbell. And the one thing about Ice Train is he doesn't have a whole lot of experience. Relatively new to the wrestling wars. And he ain't gonna have the home field advantage. This is Texas.
Yeah, well, but still, I think based on their track record, Tex and Shanghai are going to be...
Hey, these two rated right up with Ann Richards as the most popular and admired people in the whole state of Texas.
Where do you come up with this?
Third place was Lee Harvey Oswald.
All right, here we go. Shanghai Pierce and Ice Train. Shanghai, and I know this from just being able to talk to Tex in Shanghai, he's not at all intimidated by the power of Ice Train. Ice Train looks bigger, but Shanghai's a powerful man as well, so he'll go right at him trying to use his power.
He's powerful, but I don't think he can match up with Ice Train. This guy is put together. Here we're getting a test of strength early, and look at this. Ice Train reverses right out of it. Whoa, and throws him back off. And I don't think Shanghai Pierce has ever been tossed like that before. Ooh, he had him by the hair, I guess.
Yeah, he's smiling now, and of course Shanghai in the ring, Tex on the outside, and that...
Well, he's a typical Texan. You know, he'll never let the truth get in the way of a good story.
Again. The big guy with a side headlock. Whoa, he ran right through him.
And I'll tell you, that's like running into a brick wall.
You're not kidding.
Look at that guy. It's pretty tough to look at the Train and pick out a weakness.
Well, if you're a champion in World Championship Wrestling, and of course, we have a new champion, Lord Steven Regal, and you take a look at the contenders list, and you see a guy like Ice Train down there, I would be very reluctant to sign a match against him, because here's a guy who has tons of ability. Obviously, he is very inexperienced in the sport, but here's a guy just because of the ability and the size, could get yourself get a big upset win in a title match.
Look at that, though. He got suckered in on that one by Shanghai. The old knuckle lock test of strength, and he kicked him in the abs, takes control, wheels him into the rope.
He had his head pointed towards Tex Slazenger, and that was a mistake. The lariat from behind and the elbow.
And now he's off his feet. And you know, the Ice Train hasn't been off his feet very much in World Championship Wrestling. Now we'll find out he can dish it out. We're going to find out if he can take it now, Tony.
Big elbow again. Trying to elevate him here, but he's blocking it. Whoa, boy. You can hear that one hit.
Big, powerful suplex, almost broke the ring. Big back body drop. And Ice Train on a roll now has Shanghai rocking and reeling. Ooh, but look at Tex outside there. He's up on the apron. Look at this. He ran right through it. Unbelievable power body slam.
1, 2, he won it! Ice Train comes away with a win. And he's pounding away. Out goes Tex Slazenger. Right hand, Shanghai Pierce.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match, Ice Train.
Well, like you said, Jess, he ran right through it.
I've never seen nobody run through a clothesline with the cowbell and the rope.
Anybody, you mean?
That's what I said, nobody. Look at this. Ice Train, look at that. Grabs the rope, literally runs right through it. The two Texicans smash their heads together. He picks up Slazenger, body slams him, hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3, and Ice Train remains unbeaten in WCW.
And of course, our next pay-per-view in World Championship Wrestling will be October 24th. That's a Sunday night at 7 o'clock. It's Halloween Havoc.
And you got to hang out with me on Halloween?
Well, yeah. I've been hanging out with you for a couple of years now, so why not?
You ain't never spent a Halloween with me, Shivani.
That event will come from New Orleans, Louisiana. Halloween Havoc this year on
the
Sunday.
French Quarter, you and I, New Orleans, Halloween.
I'll just hang out with you the day of the matches. How does that sound?
2 of us will go in and only 1 of us will return, Tony, and it won't be you.
In just a few moments, 2 teams will go in. 1 will return the World Tag Team Champions, the Nasty Boys, against the team of Paul Roma and Arn Anderson, the Horsemen, who became World Tag Team Champions on the 18th of August. A World Tag Team Championship that many people say, you being the most vocal, that was tainted because of an injury to Flying Brian.
Absolutely, it was tainted. The Hollywood Blondes, the 2 Hollywood Blondes never lost the title. They had to substitute Lord Steven. You don't turn away from me when I'm talking and I'm doing my analyzing. You pay attention. They were robbed, but we'll find out tonight who will win between the Horsemen and the Nasty Boys.
The Nasty Boys have a surprise. We're ready to go for the World Tag Team title.
Don't ever turn away from me again and get interested in women at ringside.
Tremendous crowd on hand here in Houston. Wait, hey, whoa. That's not a Nasty Boy.
That's definitely a woman at ringside, though.
Well, that's Missy Hyatt. I recognize that,
the chest.
That walk anywhere.
I recognize the pecs.
Missy Hyatt, what is she doing out here?
Apparently she's been nasticized.
Well, we got the great
what was he talking about, her shoes?
Probably so. The Nasty Boys said they had a surprise, and Missy Hyatt has arrived with the Nasty Boys here at ringside. I don't know what type of impact she's going to have on this match. As the Nasty Boys, are you looking at the Nasty Boys?
I'd have to say Missy could have a double impact on this match.
Well, we are waiting now on the arrival of the World Tag Team Champions.
Can we get a shot of Missy close up? I mean, who painted those pants on her?
Fall brawl. A lot going on here this week in Houston, Texas, leading up to this big event.
Michael Buffer's gawking her in there.
No, Michael is being the professional he is. And here they are, the tag team champions of the world. I can only think, Jesse, and I want to, whoa, watch out here. As the Horsemen arrive with a bang, I can only think that Missy Hyatt has some sort of reason to be on the other side of the ring from the Four Horsemen.
Well, you know why she's been treated awful. They pitched her out of a car.
Four Horsemen fans everywhere. As the Horsemen and the Nasty Boys are with Missy Hyatt, yes, they're set to go for the ring introductions for the World Tag Team title. Let's go to Michael Buffer.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the WCW continues with the Fall Brawl. This match is for the World Tag Team Championship. When the bell rings, the man in charge of the action, referee Randy Anderson. Introducing first, at a combined weight of 513 3/4 pounds, escorted tonight by the nastiest First Lady of Wrestling, Miss Missy Hyatt. They are mean, they are scary, they are downright nasty. Introducing the challengers, Brian Knobbs and Jerry Sags. They are the Nasty Boys. And their opponents at a combined weight of 481 1/2 pounds. From Apple Valley, Minnesota first, he is the former 3-time television champion, the 5-time world heavyweight tag champion, a member of the Four Horsemen, and the legendary Anderson family, Arn Anderson. And his partner from New York City, wearing black, he is becoming one of the most popular stars in pro wrestling, also a member of the Four Horsemen. He is Paul Roma. Ladies and gentlemen, they are the Tag Team World Heavyweight Champions.
All right, Tag Team Championship is on the line.
And there they are, the belts. That's what it's all for right there, Tony. Randy Anderson, the referee, holding him up, a little jawing going on between the Nasty Boys and the Horsemen. You're not going to intimidate the Horsemen.
Well, they've attempted already. Need I remind you and the fans that they said during the interview with Eric Bischoff that they would win the match with a bulldog off of the top. So they've already said what they're going to do to win the match. If that's not trying to intimidate someone, I don't know what is. Would you quit looking at Missy and watch the monitor here?
The what?
Right here. That's just it's looks like a television, but it's really called a monitor.
I'm gonna take you and the other geek to Nastyville right here, baby! Nasty!
All right. Not lacking for confidence. Brian Knobbs and Paul Roma. Boy, Roma is put together, isn't he? He is one powerful young man.
So's Missy.
Look at the monitor here, Chestnut. We need to, Missy is too close to Jesse Ventura. We need to move her on the other side here. And Roma turned his back.
Oh! And Knobbs ran in, caught the buckle, and then caught a right hand from Roma.
Brian Knobbs, Jerry Sags, and Missy Hyatt going over a few things here.
Tony, you think Missy's a natural blonde?
I don't know.
Shut your face, you bunch of idiots!
I'm going to call the match. You leave the Missy comments. You think about them, but don't ask me.
Keep them to myself?
Yes, keep them to yourself. Knobbs and Roma still in there. The Nasty Boys on their return to World Championship Wrestling. immediately.
What do you figure? Only your hairdresser knows for sure.
Immediately set sights on the World Tag Team Championship, and the appearance by Missy Hyatt comes as a surprise in a way, but when you think about it, like you said, Jesse, is really no surprise, knowing she's a gold digger, she's a front runner, she's a social climber, and that she has some animosity towards the Horseman, namely.
And you just wish she'd social climb you once.
Knobbs, shoulder block. I'm not going to answer that one.
Get back to the action, Tony.
Over the top.
Whoa, he caught
slam! Here comes, and there goes Jerry Saggs. Roma drop kick, Anderson in. The Nasty Boys are on the outside again. So the Horsemen dominating the early part of this match.
Now you see Missy Hyatt with Knobbs out on the floor trying to rally the troops.
Don't you help him up, Jesse.
I'm not doing nothing, Tony. I don't get involved. Look at, there's money down there.
There's money on the floor. Where did that come from? They are on Brian Knobbs. And most of the action so far has involved the Nasty Boys, Missy Hyatt being on the floor here. So if they have a game plan.
But right now it ain't working.
Yeah, it's not working at all because the Horsemen have been dominating this match, namely Paul Roma. The Nasty Boys, we talked about it so much, Jess. If the match becomes a brawl or a fight, the Nasty Boys
should have the advantage.
That's right. If it becomes a wrestling match, it would go to the Horsemen. However, Arn Anderson has been one of the dirtiest players in the game throughout his career. He doesn't mind a fight.
And look at this. Saggs is actually asking for Arn.
Anyway, that theory may just be blown out of the water here. Knobbs and Saggs.
When do you think they bathed last?
I don't know.
And there's the tag, and here's Arn Anderson. I don't know. You know, Saggs asked for him. He may not want him.
Anderson is a cool customer, and what a veteran.
I think I'd rather deal with Roma than I would Anderson personally.
The neutral tie-up.
Actually, if I was in the ring, I'd drag Missy in.
Yeah, I know you would. Anderson wheels Saggs around. Left hands. Arn Anderson sending Saggs in again.
Put him with the elbow.
Oh, my. There you go. You want a brawl. You got the right man. Arn Anderson. Here he goes. Forget about it. It's a knee to the ring post.
And I'll tell you what, Arn Anderson is not beyond taking it to the limit and delivering the punishment.
Exactly, he's a fighter.
He's the kind of guy, if you're out in the street, you're going to get involved in a street fight, he's the guy who'll stand back to back with you.
Anderson, a warning from Randy Anderson, the referee, but Arn goes right back to the leg again.
Quick tag to Roma, Roma off the ropes. Wham!
Great double team maneuver here.
And
Brian Knobbs.
He's trying to taunt Knobbs into the ring, and he's suckered for it. Roma going after that leg. They've heard it.
The Nasty Boys are in trouble, primarily Jerry Saggs here. And their shot at the World Tag Team Championship not looking too good. It's been Horsemen from the opening bell. Men who won the World Tag Team Championship back in Daytona Beach, Florida on August 18th. Fans are right behind the Horsemen here and giving Missy Hyatt a hard time as well. And
Paul Roma giving Saggs a hard time right in the center of that ring. Clanking down, look at him driving the elbow into the thigh.
Wow. Saggs nowhere to go, so Randy Anderson goes down to check on the shoulders here. Roma Well, there's a way to get out of it. Look at that.
A handful of hair and drop the leg on the bridge of the nose.
That's exactly what happened. He knees his way over to his partner.
And tag your partner. Whoa, and a good drop toe hold.
That Roma is so quick. And here we go. Teamwork from the Horsemen. Make a wish. He will be walking gingerly tonight.
And look at Arn Anderson driving in. Anderson never beyond a cheap shot in the ring. If he sees it, he'll take it.
Now with the foot on the hamstring, driving the knee down to the mat. They call him Double A, the enforcer. But like he said, now you got to call me champ. Grapevining the legs here.
And nowhere for Knobbs to go right now. He can't get to his corner. He's caught right in the center of the ring by Arn Anderson, the veteran.
This match has evolved from a brawl, which the Horsemen had the advantage with, to a wrestling match, and the Horsemen still have the advantage. And so far, at least to me in this match, it's been overwhelming the Horsemen in favor.
It's still early though, Tony.
Well, you're right.
The Horsemen haven't made a mistake yet. At some point in the matchup, they'll make a mistake. And of course, if they don't make that mistake, they'll successfully defend the titles.
Head first to the turnbuckle. Snapped him over. And again, back to the legs. Keeping the big guys off their feet. It's been great strategy.
Well, obviously, the Horsemen decided they were going to work the legs. As you said it, Tony, you keep them flat on their back. They can't get much of an offense going. You can see Sags on the apron. He's shaking his leg out from his turn in the ring, and Knobbs has been in there for quite a while now. Hey, Beavis, pro wrestling is what?
It's cool.
They're shirt-tail relatives. Isn't Butthead the View?
No.
No? Is he a Texican?
I don't know. Knobbs finding the going tough here. The chant for Paul Roma goes out. And Paul Roma, who has taken most of this match, has dominated this match so far for the Horsemen. Think Paul Roma's not prepared? Just watch this match again.
Well, I'll tell you what, the Nasty Boys talked a lot. They talked a lot of trash before this match started, but they haven't had, as you said, Tony, much offense. There's Roma hitting the buckle, but look at that. Knobbs runs straight into the foot. They're making a lot of mistakes for trying to win the title.
Right hand, and down goes Sags.
Oh, but Roma got caught in the corner.
I just have to wonder, and I'm not one to criticize two fine tag team wrestlers like the Nasty Boys, but I just have to wonder how much of a difference Missy Hyatt is going to make in their careers. I mean, what does she know? 1, 2, got a 2 count.
What does she know?
What does she know about the sport? About the holds?
I imagine she could put you in a few holds.
I'm going to cut this conversation off right now by saying that Sags now is in command. And a tag is made, and there's Missy. Well, she knows how to run her mouth. An elbow on the back. And now
the worm has turned.
The worm has turned. That's right, Jess. And a reverse chinlock is applied. The worm turned, so to speak, when Roma got caught in the corner, turning his attention away from the man in the ring.
Well, Roma started to fight both Nasties at the same time, and it's tough enough putting up with one of them in the ring without keeping your eye on the one on the apron. Roma got caught. The Nasties have turned the match. Wham! Right down into the small of the back. There's a tag. Here comes Sags. Big elbow. Probably going to hit him again with it.
And a reverse chinlock is applied.
Fans are chanting Porky Pig.
Yeah, there's some very passionate fans here in Houston, Texas. This has always been a very, very strong city for our great sport.
All sports. It's a great sports city, sports town in general, Tony. Wrestling and everything.
That's right. Of course, the Oilers have had a lot of success, and the Astros. And we went to the Astro game last night right next door at the Astrodome. And
the Oilers are famous for blowing the biggest lead in football history last year.
I guess they are, aren't they?
Yeah. I mean, how do you lose when you're 35 points ahead with 10 minutes to go?
I don't know.
Leave it to a Texican. They'll find a way.
Roma trying to come out of it, but just could not. So now the Nasty Boys pounding away on the back of Paul Roma. And Roma, who was dominating earlier on in this match, and like you said, Jess, it's still early, now in major trouble and needs to tag in his other man. Missy came over here to say something. The only thing I could hear was yeah, 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 yeah.
Hey, nobody pays Missy to be brilliant. Whoa, and Roma with a great power move. Lifts Knobs up to the standing position, falls back with him, and he bought himself a little bit of time, but can he get over and tag Anderson?
Paul Roma, the youngster out of New York, the newest member of the Horsemen, who came into this sport and immediately became a tag team champion, makes a tag, and here comes Double A. In with Sags now. The elbow, the left hand, the foot to the midsection. Arn Anderson, he ducks. He's got a sleeper hold. He's got the sleeper on Sags. Here's Knobs.
But Anderson's seen him. You seen how smart Anderson was.
Missy's got the referee's attention.
Well, who can blame him?
Anderson, oh, the knees to the midsection. Brian Knobs knocked him over the top of the clothesline.
And the referee didn't see a thing.
Well, Missy may not know that much about holds and about strategy in this sport, but she knows how to get the attention of the referee at the right time.
Especially when it's a male referee. You know how you could counteract that? Find a good female ref.
It's not a bad idea. A good look at the nastiest lady. I guess that's what the announcement Michael Butler said in our sport.
I personally don't see nothing wrong with a nasty lady. Sags going to work is going to fire Anderson out the other side. And I got a feeling this championship bout could go a long time, because both these teams seem to just be warming up a little bit, especially the Nasty Boys. Wow. Knobs slams Anderson out on the floor. And Missy's right over there to throw a few insults at Double A.
Missy taunting right away. I don't know. Wait a minute. Watch out, Jesse. He's got the chair of Jesse Ventura.
Whoa.
And he nailed Anderson with it. The referee's attention, of course, was over with Paul Roma. Got yourself another chair there, Jess?
Yeah, and I didn't give it to him either, Tony. Don't try to accuse me of participating.
Yeah, I don't know. I think if Anderson would have had that chair, you would have made it a little bit more difficult for him to get it.
I don't get paid to fight no more.
Double team here, and the Nasty Boys working on the back of Arn Anderson.
Anderson in major trouble here. They had Roma in trouble earlier. Horseman in serious jeopardy right here. You can see the momentum is totally shifted. The Nasties are gaining confidence. The longer the match is going, the more confident they're getting. Oh, but Anderson with a head to the belly. A second one, but not enough on it, as Sags comes back in with a left hand of his own.
Sags, Knobs, the Nasty Boys after the World Tag Team Championship. And right now having their way with the enforcer Arn Anderson. Being caught in the corner, being ridiculed by Missy Hyatt. And Brian Knobs just stomping away now in the back of Anderson. And Anderson, the veteran that he is, the determination he's always had, continues to fight back.
Abdominal stretch.
What do you think? The longer the match goes, who's in the favor here, Jess? The Nasty Boys or the Horsemen?
Well, right now, the Nasties, I mean, they got it all going their way right now. Look at this little double team.
It just seems,
Sags grabbing knobs, little added leverage.
it just seems to me, though, that the endurance factor just on the surface may be in the favor of the Horsemen.
Might be, but the disruptive factor is definitely on the side of the Nasties with the appearance of Missy.
Oh, Missy sitting over here right next to Jess.
She's taking a break.
Double axe handle. And the abdominal stretch again by Brian Knobbs.
Nasty, baby! Nasty! Ah! He's finished!
Not yet, he's not. You heard Randy Anderson said, come on, Arn, what about it? And he's checking to see if he is out or not. Well, he may be. No, he's not.
Not much left, though, at Arn Anderson. He's got to try to muscle out of this somehow. Oh, he grabbed the eyes.
There you go.
He reversed it.
Anderson.
Oh, but look at Sags from the outside. Stepping in and catches him with a forearm to the face.
2 count.
Wow. And kind of a hush over the crowd here in Houston. The Nasty Boys controlling the match, and the crowd can sense it. We've seen one title change hands. Will we see a second?
Fans are chanting for Arn Anderson. And Arn Anderson makes the tag. Here comes Roma in now. And the referee is pushing Roma back. Did not see that tag.
Roma pushed the ref.
And a double team. Anderson goes down.
I'll tell you what, Paul, Roma, as upset as he was, we all know he made the tag. Apparently Randy Anderson, the referee, did not see it, instructed him back out of the ring, and Roma came very close to getting disqualified. But you know, that's not a bad idea. I commend Randy Anderson for not disqualifying him, make him win or lose the title in the middle of the ring.
I agree with that. Especially as much build-up as this match is at. And Knobbs now with a bear hug on the small of the back, the lower back of Arn Anderson. And you see how far Anderson is from making the tag to Paul Roma. Arn trying to get out of it just by pushing on the head of Brian Knobbs.
Grabs a handful of hair. He bit him. He's fighting him.
The teeth to the forehead. It got out of it. And no, he's cut off again by Sags. They beat him right to the punch that time. Knee. Trying to get him up. Oh, but the back's hurting him.
That's a Nasty Boys. Yeah, watch that.
Could not get him up, could Anderson, but Sags could go the other way. 1, 2. Anderson away in 2. This has been a grueling match, Jess.
Well, I anticipated that. Both teams came in good physical condition. I didn't think you'd see a quick victory in this one. This is going to be a wear-down match, and right now the Nasties are winning it. The Horsemen started off fast. They controlled about the first 5 to 7 minutes of the matchup. But from the point on when Roma made the mistake, it's been all Nasty Boys from that point on. They sure ain't pretty, though, are they, Tony?
No, they're downright ugly, as a matter of fact. A double axe handle. And again, tag. Here we go. The Nasty Boys having their way with double A. Double team. Double elbow. Anderson, how much more can he take?
Oh, look at Roma reaching over to make the tag, get his head down. Knobbs comes over, taps him with a forearm, puts him out of the picture.
Oh. Out of nowhere, Anderson found an elbow. Reaching, can he make it?
No.
Right to the kisser. Sag is in.
Sags is calling for Knobbs with a double team. Anderson underneath. He catches them both, Tony.
Both go down. Anderson now.
And that brought an eruption out of the Houston crowd. No, why ain't Roma? Oh, there's Roma. There's the tag.
Paul Roma makes the tag and a fresh man because Anderson's been in there a long time. Now Roma sending Knobbs in. Roma after Jerry Sags. He kicks him down.
Roma's taking them both out. Picks up Knobbs, body slams him, coming back over to Sags.
But he cannot continue to fight both men, Jess.
He may have to.
Double coconuts. Roma hits the middle turnbuckle. He's up top.
Which nasty's legal?
Here it is, drop kick. 1, 2. Sags made the save. It's Brian Knobbs who's a legal man, as you see Randy Anderson trying to move Sags on the outside. But once again, he's fighting two men here. He's up. They're going for it. They're going for that bulldog off of the top.
But Arn's over there now. Whoa, Arn pushes him off.
It didn't work. 1, 2.
No!
It didn't work. They were going with a bulldog off the top, and Anderson came to the rescue.
Now we got the two legal men in there, which is Sags.
Spine buster.
And
He got
Roma.
it. Here it is. The swan dive.
He hit it.
Wait, no referee. An elbow in the back. He had him. He had him with the swan dive. 1, 2, 3.
The Nasties win it. We've got a second title changing hands.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winners and new World Tag Team Champions, Sags, Knobbs, the Nasty Boys.
Sags and Knobbs, the Nasty Boys, get the win after the Horsemen had apparently won the match. It was the swan dive off the top. After the spine buster. There you see the swan dive. And then, when the referee was sending Arn Anderson on the outside, Sags with the elbow. And then Knobbs rolls over. 1, 2, 3. We have new World Tag Team Champions standing by with Jesse Ventura.
Missy Hyatt, you were a surprise to all when you came out with the Nasty Boys. How much difference did you make in them winning this title?
It doesn't make a matter if I make a difference or not. Because you know what? My Nasty Boys are the World Tag Team Champions, and I told Ric Flair I'd get you back. That's what I did, Ric Flair. The Four Horsemen, you're gone. We won.
Jesse the Body, we said we were gonna do it, and we did it. The Four Horsemen are dead via the Nasty Boys. Yo, the sweet smell of victory. We said we were gonna be the champs and wear the gold. Now this is the reign of the Nasty Boys.
Well, there you got it, everyone. The Nasty Boys promised they'd win it with the help of Missy Hyatt. They did it. Now let's go to this special of Cactus Jack.
It all began for Cactus Jack back in April of this year. He went one-on-one against Vader in a grueling matchup on WCW Saturday night and won the heart-stopping match by a countout. An irate Vader immediately demanded a return bout for the next week. The match was set. However, prior to the match, Cactus, during the interview, discussed his emotions and his mysterious bag. The match was nothing less than a war. It ended with Race and Vader attempting to end Jack's career. Cactus Jack didn't move after that power bomb on the floor. A shocked television audience watched on as he was taken to a hospital, and his precious bag was removed. Weeks passed with no definite word on his condition. WCW then dispatched reporter Catherine White for updates. She found the assignment tougher than anticipated. Cactus was not at the hospital, nor was he at home. Then, based on a clue, Catherine White headed to the streets of Cleveland, where, after encountering many problems, she finally located Cactus Jack. He was living with the homeless in Cleveland and apparently suffering from amnesia.
Jack, Cactus Jack.
Why do you call me by that name? Oh, I see. Swampy. He told you my name was Jack, but I'm just a simple sailor with no name. I'm afraid Swampy's a bit adrift. Too much shore leave.
She attempted many times to jog his memory, even brought his family to Cleveland, but all attempts were futile.
I'm sorry, but I don't know you. I wish I did.
Jack, this is your son. This is your child to be. Jack, I'm your wife.
Catherine White, after that last emotional encounter, gave up. And WCW fans figured they would never see Cactus Jack again. However, something began to happen. Race admitted to taking the bag and viewed it as a symbol of the end of Cactus Jack. At the same time, Race started receiving many packages. Was it a prank or was it really Cactus Jack? No one was sure. But on August 18th, 4 months after he was carried away to a hospital, Cactus Jack made a shocking return to the ring during the Vader-Davey Boy World Title match. Vader and Race immediately put a price on his head and employed Yoshi Kwan to collect the bounty. Jack, on the other hand, had two things on his mind: the bag and to get back in the ring with Vader one more time. He told the world his story, from the hospital to the streets of Cleveland to the ring again.
I was walking down a street last week, street very much like this. A man stopped me and said, "Cactus Jack, you didn't really lose your memory, did you?" And I said, "No." He said, "Cactus Jack, that wasn't really your wife on TV either, was it?" And I said, "No." "Cactus Jack, then that wasn't really your child on TV then, was it?" And I said, "No." He said, "Cactus Jack, did anyone really believe you lost your mind?" And I said, "Yes!" You see, I know for a fact that there were two people who believed it every inch. And that's Harley Race and Vader. And they didn't believe it because they were stupid, because you don't win the world championship by being an idiot. No, they believed it because they wanted to. You see, Vader, I know what goes inside that sick head of yours. You're like a big game hunter, yeah. And look on your wall. You got the ribs of Sting, the shoulder of Ron Simmons, the back of Joe Thurman, and the neck of Nikita Koloff. But something was missing, wasn't it? Yeah. Somewhere over that fireplace in that home of yours, there was that space for that Saskatchewan moose. You said, "Bring me the head of Cactus Jack!" But you can't have it, Vader. You can't have it. Yes, you put me on the shelf for a while, but all that did was earn me valuable time. Time for thoughts of you to brew like a bag of tea and a sea of hatred. And this is no sipping tea, Vader. It's brutality. And for you, it's a heavy dose of reality. Because when Cactus Jack comes back, keep this in mind, he's coming with bad intentions. And if they can arrest a man for the thoughts that go through his mind, then bring out the rope and hang me here. Because, Vader, I got some sick thoughts, and every one of them, sir, centers around you. You tried to change my world, now we reverse roles. It's my time. And you're gonna find out that a day in the life of Cactus Jack is worse than any specter, ghoul, or ghost you could have imagined. I'm coming for you. Bang, 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 bang.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest, the special bounty match. It is set for one fall with a 30-minute time limit. Introducing first, to be accompanied by former heavyweight champion Harley Race from Hong Kong, weighing 222 pounds, Yoshi Kwan.
So, Jesse, with with this match, this bounty match, Cactus Jack, and makes his return to the ring. There's the bag. What's in the bag? We don't know. He's coming for the bag. On the other side of the coin, Yoshi Kwan is out to collect a bounty because Vader and Harley Race certainly never want to see Cactus Jack again. Many people would feel that there's a certain amount of fear that Harley Race has for Cactus Jack. Do you see that sign? What did that mean?
What, Mean Gene? He's on his way.
Yoshi Kwan. And we're awaiting the arrival of Cactus Jack as he makes his return to the wrestling ring since April of 1993.
And ladies and gentlemen, the opponent from Truth or Consequences, New Mexico. After a lengthy absence, welcome back, Cactus Jack!
Cactus Jack. Jesse, we've talked about this bounty match for a long time. How do you prepare against a martial arts expert like Yoshi Kwan? But if you're Yoshi Kwan, how do you prepare against an unpredictable guy like Cactus Jack? Harley Race.
And look at this, Jack's going right after Race.
He's going after everybody. Race falls through the ropes. Cactus Jack has Yoshi Kwan down.
And that's how you prepare for Yoshi Kwan. Take him off his feet, get on top of him, and pound him in the head.
A headbutt. The bounty match. Now remember, if Cactus wins, that is by no means saying that he will get the bag back. He's got to win the match, survive the bounty, and then physically take the bag from Harley Race, which is what he wants to do. Big clothesline. Oh my! Yoshi Kwan on the outside.
Cactus and Yoshi both going out on the outside with the big clothesline. And there goes Jack back after Race again. He's making a mistake though. Kwan catches him from behind.
With the knee right between the shoulder blades. Yoshi Kwan chomping away at Cactus Jack. And now, sending Cactus head first.
You stay back. You stay back.
They are in front of the wrong ring. Their ring is on the other side, and this fight is going on. Now remember, it is a bounty match, so whether Yoshi Kwan wins or not is probably not important to Harley Race. What's important is he ends his career. Whoa, my!
And he's caught him on the runway. The referee's out there telling him take it back to the ring, but I think he's going to give him a little leeway here, Tony.
Cactus Jack, well known in this sport to love a pinfalls count anywhere match. That is not the rule in this match. However, on the outside is where Yoshi Kwan would like to be as well.
And look at Yoshi's got Cactus crawling across. Cactus like he don't want no more part of the martial arts, man.
Rapid blows to the chest. Kwan. Right to the sternum that time. Big kick and down goes Cactus Jack.
Come on, Cactus, stop it.
Kwan on the attack again. You hear Nick Patrick off the ropes, Yoshi Kwan. Both feet meeting their mark again.
And if it comes to coordination, Kwan has a big advantage over Cactus Jack.
Oh, there's no question about that.
Look at him measuring those kicks to the back of the head, roundhouse kicks.
But you know, back in the month of April in that first match,
Jack caught him.
oh, right hand. And a chokehold. Back in the month of April, that first match between Vader and Cactus saw Cactus take a tremendous amount of punishment. Broke his jaw, broke his nose, and he kept coming at him. So Kwan's gonna find, here's a man he can hit and hit and hit, but will keep coming back at him.
It's a guy who thoroughly enjoys pain in his body. Just when you, whoa, reverse atomic drop. Just when you think you got Cactus hurt, that's when he likes it the best.
Exactly. Cactus, oh, Race tripped him up.
Sneaky Harley Race.
Well, he is, isn't he?
He wasn't 7-time champ for nothing.
Quan with a kick again. Yoshi's got the referee. Race has got Cactus. Quan's got Race. Cactus has Quan. One,
Puts the leg.
two, and he's gonna win.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the bounty match, Cactus Jack.
And now he's going after the bag. He's going after the bag. He's got Race.
He's got the bag.
Cactus Jack has it back.
Vader! You're next! On Halloween Havoc, you get the cut because you're next, baby!
And a challenge to Vader. He wins the bounty match. He gets the bag back and makes a challenge to world champion Vader, Jeff.
Let's go back to replay. Cactus Jack hooking both arms, driving with the cactus-style DDT. Yoshi Quan head first into the mat. Referee counts 1, 2, 3. Cactus wins the bout, and then follows it up with this move. Beautiful looking suplex. Catches Harley Race, brings him into the ring, sees the bag, takes the bag, gets it back, and challenges Vader.
Well, so far in this War Games, nice coat. In this War Games event, we have seen 2 titles change here at Fall Brawl. New World Television Champion, Lord Steven Regal. Hey, how you doing? And new World Tag Team Champions, the Nasty Boys. And we still have the world title on the line between Ric Flair and Ravishing Rick Rude. It all started between these two on a set of a Flair for the Gold, when Ravishing Rick Rude was very, very irate about Fifi, I guess, snubbing him.
Look at this. Rude laying one on her.
And then he got his, didn't he?
There's more where that came from. You coming with me now?
Yeah. But that was just the beginning, because later in a Flair for the Gold, Flair got it from behind the belt and got the Rude Awakening that we will see.
I guess you got your answer. Sorry. Hey, next week. You okay, baby? You gotta understand things like that happen. Next week, we go again. A Flair for you okay, honey, huh? You all right? Next week, we go again.
Look at this. The Nature Boy Ric Flair getting submarined by Ravishing Rick Rude. Spins him around. Wham! Rude Awakening. And that's how you get a title shot, Tony.
You're a gold digger, and Flair has a belt.
Well, that was all in the past. This is now. The title is on the line. Ravishing Rick Rude did not win the U.S. title, but he has his focus set on his first world title ever as we go back to the ring. Capacity crowd on hand here in Houston at the Astro Arena. Our third of 3 title matches here. Ravishing Rick Rude, the man who, Jesse, you make no bones about it, you think he's the best in our sport, and he's making his way to the ring.
Well, he's getting the shot of a lifetime. It's his first shot at the Nature Boy Ric Flair and the World Heavyweight Championship. And this is a match that the fans here in Houston have been waiting for with great anticipation.
Ravishing Rick Rude probably is the Iron Man, but will he ever be the man? Well, that's a good question. As we await the arrival of the heavyweight champion of the world. The man. You know, Jesse, it's Starrcade of... Oh, there is Fifi with him.
That ain't Fifi.
Yeah, that's Fifi. She looks a little bit different now, doesn't she? Well, that is Fifi.
I guess it is.
And she is arriving with him. I'm gonna say, Flair won the world title at Starrcade of '83. That was my first pro wrestling event. And from that time, off and on, he has dominated this sport. One more time, he puts the title on the line as we go to Michael Buffer.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, World Championship Wrestling and the Fall Brawl continues. So without any further ado, from Houston, Texas, let's get ready to rumble! This match is for the Wrestling Heavyweight Championship of the World. When the bell rings, the man in charge of the action will be referee Nick Patrick. Introducing first, weighing 249 pounds from Robbinsville, Minnesota, this former United States heavyweight champion is making his first challenge for the world title. He is known as the Master of the Rude Awakening. Ladies and gentlemen, the challenger, he is simply Ravishing Rick Rude. And his opponent, weighing 238 3/4 pounds, wearing the purple and silver. He's from Charlotte, North Carolina, and tonight he is escorted by his personal maid, the very lovely Miss Fifi. He is one of the all-time superstars and legends of professional wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the one, the only, Nature Boy, Ric Flair. Ladies and gentlemen, Ric Flair would like to say a few words.
Flair, I got one thing to say to you, boy. Tonight, when I leave this arena, not only am I going to have your reputation, not only am I going to have your world title belt, but Ric Flair, I'm going to have your woman.
Oh, my!
Whoa! Look at the tights. I love it.
Take a look at those tights.
Oh, yeah. Leave it to Ravishing Rick Rude. If anybody can psych Flair out, I'd say Ravishing Rick Rude's the man who can do it. No doubt that's Fifi on the front of them tights, Tony.
There's no doubt about that. All right, Fifi aside, there's what it's for. And you can talk all day, and Rude can, about what Fifi, and there she is again, what Fifi.
Rick and Fifi, right on the puns.
That's something else. Anyway, you can talk all day about what Fifi means to Ravishing Rick Rude and how he was, according to him, Rude, that is, snubbed. But what it's all about is that gold belt.
And here we go. The 60-minute man, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, and this could very well go 59 minutes.
Coming out of the corner, back it up. Come on, break the hole, Flair. Get back, Rude, break it. What?
Now we have to realize that Rude Awakening on the floor happened not too long ago, Jesse, so the neck of Ric Flair still may not be 100%.
Oh, I got a feeling Nature Boy's ready for this one.
Well, just a thought, you never know. He's always ready. Rude is going right to the head immediately with a side headlock. Fifi looks a little different tonight, doesn't she?
I'd like to know what business she's got down at ringside.
Same business as Missy Hyatt had.
I mean, her business
None.
is cleaning ashtrays, washing dishes, and vacuuming and stuff like that. She got no business down here at ringside.
How do you know what her business is?
Her business is what normal women should do every day.
Oh, for crying out loud, side headlock.
You can bet if Rude gets her, he'll domesticate her, put her back to the job she's supposed to be doing. Rude working with that side headlock. Nature Boy steps inside, reverses it to a top wrist, and I can't believe he can overpower Rude.
We'll see. A lot of times it's leverage, Jess.
Yeah, but there you got it, Tony. Leverage right back into the headlock.
Shut up, he ain't going nowhere, fat boy.
Side headlock. You know, Jesse, Sarah Lee, who's our audio person here tonight, may just cut your microphone off. You keep talking that way.
Sarah Lee, she makes cakes.
At the top of the...
She knows what it's like to be in the kitchen.
On top of the head. And we got Diane next to us, our stage manager here. Rude missed as Flair.
You know.
Out to the midsection. Flair goes for the leg, and he's going
He's
to the
trying
figure
for the
four.
figure four. He's got it, and he's got it early.
Fans are standing. This could be a ball. He's at the ropes. That's how quickly a figure four can change a match. And Rude back to the attack again. Give Rude a lot of credit. He's wasting no time here. Big clothesline. Flair over the top and outside.
And look at Fifi out there not knowing what to do. You trying to tell me she don't belong making beds?
Hey, I'm the man.
She's nothing but a fancy chambermaid, Tony. Whoa, and the Nature Boy catches Ravishing.
No, big chop. Rick Rude in trouble. Flair hitting home with every blow. Side arm chops. Full arm dragon twist. Rude in trouble. Fifi up on the runway now.
Fifi.
Fifi, that's what
yeah, that's usually the name for a poodle.
Well, I didn't name her, all right? A wrist lock applied. And Rude, boy, Flair hitting with that figure four leg lock, and that shocked all of us, that Flair would put it on a man.
You know what they say about women, they should be barefoot and pregnant.
Oh my. Okay, Jesse, we have cut your microphone off. Sarah Lee has done it now, so anytime you want to say something, write me a note.
What?
Back they go to the corner.
How dare Sarah Lee cut my mic off? Okay, get over here.
Wait a minute, pound on top of the head. This is great. I'm having the most fun. Full arm dragon twist. You gonna apologize? We'll put your microphone back on. Full arm dragon twist again. A chop. Again.
Apologize.
Again. I'm sure we're gonna be here, but it's got.
You don't cut my mic off, Sarah Lee.
This may be the nuttiest time we've ever spent in a wrestling match. Meanwhile, Ric Flair taking command of the match with Ravishing Rick Rude. This match is for the world title. And the comments by Jesse Ventura are his own. Do not reflect our production.
You're darn right they're my own.
Yeah. Now you're back on.
And see if I ever buy anything from Sarah Lee again, I'm switching to Betty Crocker.
Rude in trouble. Flair with that wrist lock applied. Well, that was a moment in live wrestling television. Flair straddling Ravishing Rick Rude and cranking away on the arm.
Flair with the big advantage right here, pulling back now on the arm on Ravishing Rick Rude. You can see we got foreign correspondents here at ringside taking pictures all the way back to Tokyo, Japan.
WCW will be going very soon to UK and to Germany, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, I'll bet you'll be sucking up to Lord Steven then when you go over to the UK, Shivani.
Not a chance. Rude, though, on the receiving end of this wrist lock, and Flair goes to a hammerlock and driving Rude down. Boy, we've always talked about Flair's ability, his endurance, but let's talk about his complete wrestling skill. Here's a man who has won matches against bigger opponents, a man who has won matches when brawls are involved, a man who has won matches when just straight scientific maneuvers are involved. He has literally done it all, and right now he is out wrestling Ravishing Rick Rude.
Still early in the matchup, though. Granted, Flair with the early advantage here is going to fall back with this hammerlock. Oh, and does that hurt? Look at the pained expression on Ravishing Rick Rude. He's losing one of his arms right now. No telling whether it'll be effective later in the bout.
Fifi watches on, and a right to the eyes, and Rude now with a big right hand getting back into this one. He decked Flair on that one. Much anticipation for Rude and Flair.
Well, we all know the Nature Boy can take it as well as dish it out.
Absolutely.
You don't become 10-time champion and not be able to absorb punishment.
And Rude, as always.
Look at the left arm, though, on Rude. It's just kind of hanging there, not real effective. Oh, and he drove the left shoulder into the buckle. Flair right back on the arm again.
Big chops from Flair. The world champion measures him with a right. Decks Rick Rude, goes to the arm again and again. Focusing on the wrist, twisting on the arm. And Rude gives his reply to Nick Patrick.
And thank goodness we're on pay-per-view when you hear those comments.
I would agree. Rude down. Good to have you with us on this Fall Brawl, the first Fall Brawl in World Championship Wrestling. Of course, featuring War Games, The Match Beyond, the third of 3 title matches. 2 new champions here tonight, and Ric Flair trying to hold off ravishing Rick Rude, who said at the beginning of this match, he will take his title, he will take his woman. And Flair pulling on that wrist.
And then the question comes up, Tony, what will he do with his title, and what will he do to his woman?
We back up now as Rude, as Fifi looks on.
Got any ideas?
I'm not responding to that one.
Well, I suppose if I get rolling again, old Sarah Lee will cut my mic off. I'll tell you what, she's going to hear from my lawyers.
Yeah, well, she'll hear from Barry Bloom, I know, tomorrow.
You're damn right.
On the wrist. Rude trying to get to his feet, but Flair is relentless. Great game plan from the world champion here.
Whoa, and look at the Nature Boy still going after the arm of ravishing Rick Rude. Kind of unique concept by the Nature Boy Ric Flair. He's attacking probably the strongest point of Rude's body, which is his arms.
Once again, the full arm dragon twist into a wrist lock. Flair pulling on Rude. Flair is relentless, and Rude is in trouble. Of course, he's not going to be able to pin him out of this, but I tell you, it's going to take a lot out of Rude. He's trying with the right. He got loose on that with the right hand, side of the head. Rude picks up Flair.
Look at that, he can't slam him.
There you go.
He cannot slam him because you got to use both arms to body slam somebody.
This strategy employed by Flair is going to change Rude's game plan drastically for the remainder of this match. And that's exactly what it's been for. The purpose. And he drives home the knee into the prone arm of the challenger.
And look at that sadistic Fifi on the runway enjoying every second of this. I'll tell you, everyone thinks she's such a goody two-shoes. She's got a streak of badness in her, I bet. Look at her. Look at her enjoying this.
Well, she's just cheering her man on. And she is just happy that Ric Flair is in command of this match, Jess.
I'll bet you if Ravishing Rick Rude wins this, you'll see Fifi jump in his arms. She's a gold digger. What do you think, Tony?
Flair with an outside armbar, I don't know. Rude getting to his feet. Outside armbar still applied, and Rude back up. And this is where Rude wants to be. But once again, because of this relentless attack by Flair on the arm, Rude's offense
is limited.
Yeah, very limited.
It's limited.
But he's still trying to look at Flair. Flair's got him where he wants him, at arm's length where he can chop anytime he wants to. And
Oh,
Rude,
there the right hands got in, though.
last time he tried this, he tried to slam, it didn't work because of the arm. Now he whips Flair to the left side, tries to hip toss him. Flair reverses into a backslide and has one, has a two, and
Whoa.
does not have a three.
2 3/4.
There you go. R7/8. And over the top and outside, both men go.
And I think Rude got the worst of that one. Although the Nature Boy not too quick springing up himself. What a shame. This better not be a count out.
Hey, there's Fifi encouraging Flair to get up.
I won't touch that one.
Oh, I knew you would.
Encouraging him to get up.
Hey, he got up, but he got back down as Rude clotheslined him.
Get off the floor, Get it up in the ring and stay back now, Fifi. Get it in the ring, get off the floor.
Rude.
Oh, and Rude drives the Nature Boy. Kidneys and lower back into the apron.
Flair on the apron. Rude pulling him by the hair. He has Flair. He may try an outside in vertical suplex. He does. And he got it.
Injured arm and all, a remarkable move by Ravishing Rick Rude.
He covers him. A 2 count, and slowly it appears that maybe the tide of this match is turning here a little bit. Jesse Ventura.
Well, it depends if Ravishing Rick Rude can get the left arm back into play. It appears he's starting to get some mobility back into it again, driving the right forearm into the small of the back of the Nature Boy. He's got it hurt. He did the damage outside the ring. And this time, yes, he can pick him up and slam him.
Forearm to the chest. 1, 2, no. Flair got out in 2. The question is, when will Rude try the Rude Awakening? It didn't take Flair long to try his figure 4. Now, if you'll recall, Rick Rude recently in a match that we had on one of our television programs, the main event, put the figure 4 on his opponent, put the sleeper on his opponent, showing Ric Flair that he knew every Flair trick in the book. But he went with the Rude Awakening. When will he try the Rude Awakening on Flair?
You know, it's remarkable how Rude can divide his time. He's got Flair down now, putting the pressure on with his chin lock, sitting back, and yet he's throwing kisses at Fifi outside the ring.
That makes him real versatile now, doesn't it? Reverse chin lock.
Shows he can do 2 things at once.
Yeah, there you go. Fans are chanting, "Go, Rick, go!" But Ric Flair can go nowhere because Rude is sitting right on the small of the back. This match is for the world title. Flair slowly trying to get to his feet here. But Rude sits on him again. Taunting the fans now. And now taunting Fifi.
Oh, look at that.
Now she doesn't like that.
And right back to that chin lock, sitting down into the small of the back. And Nature Boy Ric Flair now in trouble.
A good look at Nature Boy Ric Flair and of Ravishing Rick Rude. These hands are pulling up on the chin, on the jaw, squeezing on the ears. It's very painful, I'm sure. And Flair nowhere to go.
That's right, he's right in the center of the ring. He can't reach a rope.
Nope. Rude is just sitting down. He's telling the referee, he said, check him.
And Rude getting very close to cutting off the wind. All he's got to do is cup that hand over the mouth and the nose, and he can stop Nature Boy Ric Flair from getting a full breath of air.
And that's exactly what's happening here. Flair, as you can see, maybe trying to get to his feet again. But Rude pulling up on it. The match for the world title. So far here at Fall Brawl, Regal, Lord Steven, if you will. Oh, look at this, pulling on the neck of Flair. Regal has become the world television champion. The Nasty Boys, the world tag team champions. Cactus Jack survived the bounty, got back his bag, is looking for Vader. We're gonna find Vader next in War Games: The Match Beyond.
Well, I'll tell you what, 3 title changes will be unheard of in WCW, where if Rude scores, and you got to call it an upset, if Rude scores an upset victory, that means all the challengers have won for all the titles tonight here in Houston.
Flair trying to get back. Ric Flair moved. He's up. He meets Rude with a right hand and a backhand chop. A second and a third time. Here he goes to the ropes. Down goes Rude. Fifi watching on as Rude elevates Flair.
Oh!
And catches him on the top rope.
Clothesline the Nature Boy. And here's where Ravishing Rick Rude's strength has given him the advantage. Rude, obviously stronger than Flair, showed it right there. Beautiful press slam. Clotheslined him on the top rope. Just when the Nature Boy thought he was making a big comeback, Rude cut him off that quick, Tony.
Right hand to the midsection.
You want it, Flair?
Come on, Ric Flair, what do you say? You get off that match.
Rude, intimidating as always.
Get off the man's hair.
And Ravishing Rick Rude sends Flair upside down and to the floor. Now,
Rude's posing in the ring, but what Rude needs to do here is make sure he cuts off the referee's count.
Yeah, exactly. He does not want to count out because he'll win, but not win the title.
Absolutely. You got to break that referee's count. Make Flair get back in the ring.
And he has broken the count of the referee by getting involved. The man must be away from the ropes, or the count resumes.
That's where the champion has a major advantage in any title matchup. If it's a count out, he don't lose the title. If it's a disqualification, he don't lose it.
You want me? Come on, boy.
Rude.
Oh, and look at that. Rude measured him with that right hand. That was an inline sucker punch right there. Look at Flair's going to walk into another one.
Flair's dazed. He is completely dazed.
He's dazed and confused.
Yep, he's just trying to get to his feet. He has no defense at all from the right. He cannot even cover up here.
Led Zeppelin used to sing about that.
Dazed and confused.
Yep.
And a bear hug is on.
Well, right now, what you got happening is Ravishing Rick Rude is testing out the Nature Boy. A bear hug like this is going to ensure that Nature Boy may not have the endurance to go the full 60 minutes because he can't breathe real well right now. And when you can't breathe, you can't get oxygen to the muscles. They don't react too good.
Pulling on the hair, Rude. The pain of Nature Boy Ric Flair. Evident right there. Rude has it on, and I mean he is pulling. Flair fans all over trying to encourage the world champion to get, oh, he couldn't do it again, and Fifi.
Look at Fifi, she's going, oh, I wish he was squeezing me like that.
Down goes Flair, 1, 2, it is not over. Left arm up in time. 2 again.
Come on, Flair, what do you say?
A good look
Come on, Ric Flair.
at what's going on. Flair. Nick Patrick asking Flair if he wants to give it up or not. And Flair not giving in at all. A capacity crowd on hand here at the Astro Arena in Houston, watching this match for the world title between Flair and Rude.
And look at Flair. He's actually rolled Rude over.
He may have a pin here. Can he get the shoulders down? He's gouging the thumbs into the eyes of Rude, and Ric Flair out of nowhere on top of Rude. Both men dazed. Flair rolled off of Rude, but he got his licks in there, Jess.
Where Flair got the power to do that, I don't know, but I guess that's why he's the champion.
That's it.
He can reach down and find it from somewhere.
One of the many resets.
Oh! And did he get caught?
Basically a defensive move by Rick Rude that enabled him to get an offensive move out of it. The momentum of Flair cost Flair that time.
Just when Flair had turned the corner and maybe had a slight advantage, he made that mistake and played it right into Rude's hands. Rude going up to the top. Not in. Flair walked right into that one.
There's your man, Fifi.
Now he shouldn't be worrying about Fifi.
You're right. But, of course, that's Rick Rude. It wouldn't be Rick Rude if he wouldn't.
If he wins the title, Fifi will be there for him. He don't have to worry about that.
Rude is up, but Flair's on the other side. Flair, he's still dazed.
And he walks into another one.
Yep. No defense from Ric Flair that time. Second time in a row it happened. Rude sensing the victory is his.
Look at Fifi trying to cheer the Nature Boy on. Where's Rude go? Oh, he's going to do it right in front of her. Look at this.
The referee was asking Flair, do you want to continue? Checking Flair's eyes to see if he could continue. Flair is still dazed. He is still just, look at him, he's still just walking around. Oh! He was playing possum that time. And Ric Flair.
Rude went to the well once too often, belly to back suplex.
Flair was waiting on Rick Rude, the Nature Boy, with a belly back suplex, staggering to his feet. What a match this has been. What a grueling matchup for the world title between Ric Flair and Rick Rude. A look at ravishing Rick Rude. Flair now hooking both arms, butterfly suplex. Boy, where he gets his strength from, 1, 2, I don't know. It is amazing. Flair can take a tremendous beating, and he can continue to pull out moves like that.
Well, that's what you got to do to be the champion of the world.
Big
chop. Boom. That one thundered all over the Astrodome.
Measuring Rick Rude to the chin. Backhand chop again. Rude in trouble in the corner. Flair back and forth. Right, left, right to the body. Rick Rude is in trouble. Late in this match now. And there's nothing like a woo.
Rude's legs are buckling across into the turnbuckle. Oh, he had enough to lift the knee up, though, and he caught the Nature Boy. You know, right when you think Nature Boy Ric Flair's got it going his way, Rude seems to pull one out, Tony.
Well, that's true. It almost seems like these two men are very similar in the way they approach a match. Their endurance, their heart, and their determination, a big part of their makeup for both men.
I'll tell you, tomorrow, both of these guys are going to stay in bed till noon.
Get off the hair. Get off the hair.
Oh, front DDT.
There you go.
Now, if I was him, I'd either try for the cover here or go right into a Rude Awakening.
Flair kicked out.
He's got him dazed. Give him the Rude Awakening.
A very discouraged Rick Rude with a cover. He thought it was over. And Rude getting very frustrated with a man, a champion, who will not stay down.
He's got him set up for it, Tony. I don't know what he's waiting on.
Maybe he feels that he needs not only to be the man to defeat Ric Flair, but the man who wore Flair down.
Well,
we've often said to be the man, you got to beat the man. Here we go. Here it comes.
He's too close to the ropes.
That's right, Flair's holding on to the ropes.
He should have been doing this out in the middle of the ring. Oh, he got him turned anyway, though.
He's got it. He's got, no, Flair, look at the.
He bit him. Flair bit him.
Biting the fingers, apparently. It's way in left. And Flair! Flair! Rude Awakening!
Oh, this is awful.
1, 2, foot on the rope.
Foot on the rope.
Oh, my. Fans everywhere here in the Astro Arena thought that one was over.
Boy, would that have been insult to injury to get beat with your own finishing hold. Whoa.
And that almost happened.
Sleeper.
And there's a sleeper. And there goes Flair out of the sleeper. Dropping down on the knee. He's going to do it again. Rude's hurting. Flair trips him up. He's going for the leg. What's he doing here? Flair pulling back on the leg.
He figured a little more altitude will snap that hamstring. And now the adrenaline flowing to the World Heavyweight Champion. Now he says.
It's time, as Flair said.
What is the time? What is the time?
Time to go to school. Flair wanted to know how long this match has been going on. It is a 60-minute time limit for the world title. Flair didn't want the time to run out on him before he finally got the figure 4 on.
Oh, there's plenty of time yet. Flair again going back, driving the knees into the hamstrings. He's trying to set up for the figure 4. He spins it a second time. Rude with a beautiful inside cradle.
2.
Oh, he almost caught the champion.
Flair back up. Once again, kicking away. Shooting Rick Rude on the outside. What a match this has been, Jesse. You gotta agree.
Oh, absolutely. It's been everything we expected it to be and more. Oh, he clotheslined him. And look at Fifi cheering over that.
And what's wrong with that? There's
A flagrant, vicious, injury-type move where he's trying to intentionally injure the man, and Fifi cheers.
Well, there's about 6,000 others in here cheering, and millions watching on pay-per-view around the world cheering that move.
And Flair again slides back into the ring to break the count and then back out to the floor. Chops him. Down goes Ravishing Rick Rude.
There's the count.
Flair back into the ring. Breaks the count. Back out to the floor again.
It's going up top. This is really a high-risk maneuver for Flair, for anyone to go to the top and go to the floor, but Rude is up. Flair waiting. Here goes Flair. Down. And Ric Flair with a burst of energy here. Rude may be counted out here, Jess.
No, Flair just broke the count. Referee's pushing him back. Rude back up the apron. You're right. If he don't get that rope.
And Rude desperately wants to get back in. A count out, of course, will do him no good. But Rude, he's in la-la land now. You can tell that by looking at him. He's in trouble. And Flair chomping away. Into the jaw.
Real close in, closed fist right there.
A warning. Rude reverses. Flair goes in upside down again. This time he holds on. He hits the rope. Rude.
Oh, but
Rude got him with a clothesline.
And now Rude's going up.
Ravishing Rick Rude. Up on top.
And he hit it. We could have a new champion.
1, 2, Flair's up. Flair's up.
And Rude can't believe it. Rude accusing the referee of protecting the Nature Boys title.
Outside again. For about the 4th time in this match. Flair on this side.
And look at Rude giving it to Fifi. Oh, look at this. Little hip jump. I told you, Fifi. She hit him. Now there. What a nice guy. Whoa.
What is he doing? What in the...
Who the hell do you think you are?
Wait a minute. There's Flair.
Big back body drop.
Fifi better get out of the ring because that's no place for a lady. Atomic drop. Up and down.
Face first down on the mat.
Here he goes. He's got a leg. Figure 4.
He's hooked it. And he's hooked it in the middle.
The figure 4 leg lock. The referee is talking to Fifi. The referee is talking to Fifi.
And Rude went to his trunks. He hit the Nature Boy. He's got him covered. A new champion. Rudis did it. Rudis defeated Nature Boy Ric Flair for the World Heavyweight title.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner and new World Heavyweight Champion, Ravishing Rick Rude.
Jesse, you say you saw him go to the tights. The referee was talking to Fifi. I didn't see it. Hopefully we can see it on a replay, but we got a new world champion as Fifi looks over Ric Flair.
Well, it looked to me like, let's go back to replay. Maybe we got it on replay. Here you see Rude and Fifi. Look at, she strikes him.
Good.
Now, I can't believe it. Look at how he rewards her after getting hit. He gives her a tender kiss. There you got it, right on camera.
Yes, sir.
Rude going to the trunks. Brilliant move. Referee tied up. Pow. Hits Flair straight in the bridge of the nose. Knocks him senseless. Rude gets himself into position. 1, 2, 3 covers, and we've had 3 titles change hands here in Houston, Texas.
And we have as they're getting Flair out of the ring now. Boy, what a match that was. New world champion Ravishing Rick Rude. 3 new champions. Our next pay-per-view before we go to our main event here at Fall Brawl will be coming up on October 24th. It is a Halloween Havoc live from New Orleans at the lakefront. Boy, what an event that's going to be.
Oh, Halloween, my favorite holiday.
October 24th, it's become a tradition in World Championship Wrestling, Halloween Havoc. We are going to have more big announcements in this program concerning the main event for Halloween Havoc. Still to come, but you know, we've had some tremendous action. We've had some unexpected things occur, but since 1987, one of the most expected things in WCW has been War Games, the match beyond. Expected because they know, fans do, they're in for a fight.
They're in for a fight, and the wrestlers know, Tony, they're in for pain and suffering. Nobody goes into this match, into War Games, not feeling that you're going to come out 100%. You're going to get hurt. Every guy is going to get hurt.
In this War Games, Jesse, we've had so many veterans go through War Games and go through the battles. The Nature Boy, Ric Flair's been a part of War Games. The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. Dustin Rhodes, who's in this event, has been part of War Games. But Jess, as we saw just last night on WCW Saturday Night, Dustin Rhodes was injured. We have to wonder if he's 100% or not. We'll find out as we go to Gary Capetta to start War Games, the match beyond.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the event we have all been waiting for. The most brutal battle in all of professional wrestling. It is time for War Games. Very briefly, the rules. War Games consist of 7 periods in all. The first period will last 5 minutes. All remaining periods will last 2 minutes. Each of the 2 teams will send 1 man into the war zone and battle one-on-one for the first period. At the end of the first period, the head referee will flip a coin. The next team winning the coin toss will then send a second man in, thus gaining the advantage of a 2-against-1 situation. At the end of the second period, the disadvantaged team sends a second man into the war zone, thus evening the sides for the third period at 2-against-2. At the conclusion of the third period, the team which won the coin toss sends in its third man, regaining the advantage. The 2 teams alternate during the remaining periods until all 8 men are in. Then the match beyond begins. Surrender or submission is the only way to win the match beyond. Pinfalls will not be allowed. Countouts will not be permitted. There will be no disqualifications. Official time will be kept at ringside. The head referee has the final say in War Games. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let the games begin.
1987, the Omni in Atlanta was the first time War Games, the match beyond, took place. And at that point, we knew we were part of wrestling history, a part of something special. Since that time, it has been the ultimate way to settle a grudge, an ultimate way to settle a battle. It's been the ultimate battleground, not only in World Championship Wrestling, but in professional wrestling. 2 rings enclosed by a cage. It's man against man and man against metal. Jesse Ventura and WCW will station. Whoa!
Whoa! We got incoming.
I forgot what I was going to say. Where was I, Diane? What word did I leave off at? Yeah, think so.
I can hardly breathe, Schiavone.
Oh, that was not the Johnson Space Center testing something, by the way. As a matter of fact, we have stationed veteran cameraman Jackie Crockett in at his own risk inside of War Games, the match beyond, in the 2-ring cage to give you, as only World Championship Wrestling can do, an inside look at the battleground. Having fun, Jess?
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will now bring the two teams.
Nothing
to the
I like
ring
better than the
that
smell
are
of napalm in the
involved
morning,
War
Tony.
Games. Introducing team number 1, first from Harlem, New York, Kane Cole Harlem Heat. Colonel Rob Parker presents from Memphis, Tennessee, 325 pounds, Sid Vicious. And accompanied by former heavyweight champion Harley Race from the Rocky Mountains, 450 pounds, WCW heavyweight champion Vader.
Certainly, maybe the biggest team ever assembled. Vader, Sid Vicious, and Harlem Heat. Kane came out and said, ain't nothing but a thing. You're not kidding, it's nothing but a thing. A big thing.
You can tell none of the contestants really and truly too eager to get in there.
And I don't blame them.
Look at Vader. He's
Now,
surveying the
ladies and
scene.
gentlemen, the opponents, they will be led to the ring by the team advisor, Animal. Introducing from Austin, Texas, 261 pounds, United States heavyweight champion, the Natural, Dustin Rhodes. Manchester, England, Davey Boy Smith, the British Bulldog, weighing over 400 pounds, the Shockmaster. And from Venice Beach, California, this is Steve.
Well, as you heard Gary Capetta announce, one man from each team will go in for a 5-minute period. There's a little stinger. You worked pretty hard on that face paint, too. There you see Sting. And, of course, Road Warrior Animal is the assigned captain of the team. Of course, Team Vader on the other side. Dustin Rhodes.
And look at Dustin Rhodes from yesterday.
Yeah. Who's going to start here?
You got to be kidding me.
It's got to be
Dustin Rhodes is really going to compete in this?
Yeah, of course he is. I mean, you're talking about Houston. His grandmother is here. His family is from Texas. This is his home. This is his home state. You think he wouldn't compete in this?
Why no, he's a Texican.
A Texan. Both teams, like you see Road Warrior Animal said, forget it, no way, you're not getting in. You're not, and Dustin wanted to get in first. It's gonna be the Shockmaster. Vader, the world champion, is already, Dustin Rhodes is going in. Dustin Rhodes is in.
And he's stepping in with Vader.
Oh my, and he's going after Vader. Ill-advised, Dustin Rhodes with injured ribs from yesterday.
I'll tell you what, he's let his ego get in the way.
Against the captain,
Look at this.
the man, the head of the team, Vader. You may be right, Jess. What a fight. 5-minute period. War Games, the match beyond. They can use any, oh, he's beating Vader down. After this 5-minute period is over, there will be a coin toss. The team winning the coin toss will send the additional man in for a 2-on-1. And that is when it gets wild.
And look at, he's got the boot off.
Well, that's legal.
In this match it is.
And he's going, you got to give Dustin a tremendous amount of.
In my opinion, it's a major mistake. Dustin Rhodes should have been the last guy on that team getting in there.
Well, they were going to go with the Shockmaster.
In the period, 1 minute.
1 minute, you hear Gary Capetta. He'll give us our time cues throughout this War Games. Vader, gosh, not only do you not want to be the first man if you're injured. Oh! If you're injured, you don't want to be the first man in there against Vader, Jesse. This guy has made it a career not only of being the world champ, but also of taking people out of the sport.
That's right, and Dustin Rhodes may not even see a partner. He could get eliminated right now and get injured to the point he can't compete.
Vader, one of his trademarks, to beat down his opponent. You see from our inside camera, actually one of our 2 inside cameras. I said there would be 1, there are 2 cameras on the inside, and once again our cameraman are taking matters in their own hands, being in this wild
and let's give them cameramen a lot of credit for getting in there, because any one of them is liable to get thumped like Dustin Rhodes is getting right now.
Exactly.
2 minutes gone in the period, 3 minutes remain.
All right. Al Eastman, our cameraman, on one side, and Jackie Crockett, our cameraman, from the other, on the inside as this battle is raging on. And Dustin Rhodes right now, so far, he has been able to battle Vader, and the banged up ribs, not much of an effect here, Jess.
They're enough of an effect. Look at, he threw the big right hand and then had to clutch his side. He's lost a boot. Oh, look at Vader with just a short back fist knuckle strike right there.
Sting gathering the stingers up from everywhere.
And there's what Vader needs to do. Use the power, go for the power moves, get Rhodes down on the mat, and just drop with all that weight on him.
Oh, there it is!
Oh.
Now, I think we need to make a note here of something.
3 minutes gone by, 2 minutes remain
That's
in the
a
period.
Texas pancake.
Jesse, you may be saying right here that maybe it would be good for a submission right here because of the pain. Two things about that. Number one, I know Dustin, you know Dustin, he's not going to give up. Number two, he cannot give up. The match cannot end. You have to take a beating. The match cannot end until all 8 men are in. Therefore, you're going to have to take a beating. You can knock your man out senseless. You got to keep pounding on him because the match will continue. That's how dangerous War Games The Match Beyond is. And Dustin firing back on Vader.
Whoa! And he catches Vader with a DDT.
Sting encouraging Dustin from one side. From the other side, Colonel Parker, Harley Race trying to reach in
You
there.
know, Dustin better hope he's lucky. He better pray that he wins the coin flip.
I would agree.
4 minutes
Because
gone by, 1 minute remains in
if
the
he
period.
loses the coin flip at the end of this minute and they get a 2-on-1, and look at that, he hits Vader with the boot, measures him, whacks him again.
If they get a coin toss, the remaining periods are 2 minutes each. You see the captains for either team. You see the motion down on either side getting ready for this coin toss as Dustin and Vader go at it again. Dustin leveling in. Give it to Dustin. He's been in there against the man.
There's the flip of the coin.
Okay.
Oh! And Animal's team and the Stinger lose it.
It's going to be 2 when this bell sounds. The team of Harlem Heat, Vader and Vicious, are going to have a 2-on-1 advantage.
And they will remain with that advantage through every time now.
That's right.
Every time a new person comes into the ring, that team will have the advantage.
5, 4,
Dustin with a power slam.
2, 1. Vader's team has won the coin toss. They have the advantage and send the next man in.
It's going to be Kane of Harlem Heat in. And now Dustin Rhodes for 2 minutes. Banged up ribs. 5 minutes he's been in there with the man. Will have to go against 2 men.
Well, he was lucky right there because he caught Kane coming in through the ropes, nailed him, and took a quick advantage on him. But, oh, there's Vader.
There it is, 2-on-1. And a double team with anything goes applying here. Vader holding Dustin for Kane.
And look at this, Kane can just measure him.
Oh, he's got the boot.
He's got his own boot.
He better hit him. He doesn't have much time. Right on top of the head.
Well, they're laying back too much. They need to get more offense going, Vader and Kane. Hurt the guy. You got the 2-on-1.
Boot to the head.
1 minute remains in the period. 1 minute.
All right, now when this 1 minute period is over, Sting and Road Warrior Animal's team will send in another man. Remember, Animal, of course, is just the man on the outside leading the troops. He is not a part of War Games. And now Dustin right at the apron where Vicious and Kane are, or Cole are. They are double teaming Dustin. Dustin nowhere to go.
He's bleeding.
He's in trouble.
30 seconds remain.
Oh, head first into the fence.
He quit, man. He quit.
He has not quit.
He quit, man.
He has not quit. All right. countdown is
15
on.
seconds remain.
It looks like it's going to be Sting.
It's going to be the Stinger. This ought to get a crowd reaction.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
Look at this. They're coming over.
Yeah.
1.
They're going to meet Sting because, and you know, basically because Dustin's hurt, it's still a 2-on-1 here, Jesse.
That's right. That's a smart move. Whoa, but Sting catches him in a double clothesline.
Right hand, left hand, right hand, left hand. Sting taking command of War Games. Now, 2 minutes in this period, and then Vader's team will have an advantage. They will have an advantage of 3-2.
And right now, the Stinger's taking matters into his own hands. He's got Big Vader up. Oh, he smashes him back first into the cage.
Dustin back up to his feet, but he's hurt. The youngster was so much emotion, so much determination, maybe ill-advised. Sting now sending Kane to the other ring, working on Vader here. We've got 2 men in each ring. There you see the time for the period.
And look at Stinger beating down Vader into the corner. Dustin Rhodes coming back. Look at, he's a bloody mess. Oh.
Boy, he hit that cage hard, did Dustin.
I'll bet you Grandma ain't too pleased right now.
Yeah, I'm sure she's worried. I know she's here in the stands. Vader and Sting in one side, Dustin and Kane in the other side. And the boot, which has been
30
used.
seconds remain in the
Oh,
period.
Vader!
30 seconds.
Vader hit hard. We're at 30 seconds, and now Vader's team will send in their third man to give them a 3-on-2 advantage.
15 seconds remain.
Vader into the fence.
And Sting had to take Vader as Vader goes to a cameraman.
8, 7, 6, 5,
Sting over
4,
to work on
3,
Kane.
2, 1.
Here comes another member.
It's Vicious.
Sid Vicious. Sid Vicious and Sting going at it. Fans want to see this.
But it ain't gonna last long, because Kane caught him, oh, and throws him right into Vader.
3-on-2 advantage for Team Vader.
Wham! And Big Sid.
Look at this, Sting, 3-on-1. Just pounding away on the Stinger. Sting.
And it's so important getting back to that coin toss, Tony. Look at the advantage you got. You win the coin toss, you get the extra man throughout the entire War Games.
At the 1 minute mark to go in this period. Now it appears as if Davey Boy Smith, the British Bulldog, will be the next man in to even things up. Once all 8 men are in, that's 2 more periods from now. Then, oh!
Yes, oh! They're banging the Stinger into the top of the cage.
This is what it's all about. This is war.
Seconds remain in the
30
period.
seconds for Bulldog. Sid Vicious, Dustin, and Vader were the men who began this thing, and Dustin is in major trouble.
Well, Dustin took it upon himself to jump in there first. I told you, Tony, he should have been the last guy getting in there, not the first.
And look at Vader still pounding away.
9,
The relentless
8,
world champion,
7,
WCW
6,
world champion.
5,
Here comes the Bulldog.
4, 2,
and look who's waiting for him, Big Sid. Oh, he can't even get in before he gets glommed.
Bulldog ducks. Clothesline. Down goes Sid. Here comes Vader. The British Bulldog powering. Power slam.
He caught Vader coming off the buckle and slams him. Now the Bulldog going out to work on the man he wants, Vader.
Meanwhile, Dustin and Sting working over Kane. It's a basically even Steven at 3-on-3. When this period is over, it will be 4-on-3 when Cole comes in for the other team. A double team on Sid Vicious. Oh, that's got to be very painful. That thing is sharp. It can cut your back. And the Bulldog and Sting.
1 minute gone. 1 minute remains in the period.
All right. This 3-on-3 is going to end in 1 minute. And when Cole comes in, it'll be a 4-on-3. It'll be the last advantage. Sting trying to double coconut. Kane and Sid Vicious to no avail. Meanwhile,
Vader hammering away on Davey Boy.
Well, I tell you what, Vader's been solid in this, hasn't he? I mean, he's taken some blows, but every time you turn around, Vader's knocking somebody down.
Well, I would imagine this match is made for Vader.
30 seconds.
Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide.
Vader is just as tough as nails. We talk about the size, the greatest big man the sport has ever seen, and he seems to be getting stronger as this War Games gets longer. And the carnage continues.
Whoa, and Big Sid goes in head first into the fence.
9, 8,
there goes Kane
7,
head first.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And here comes Cole, the last half of Harlem Heat.
So that's it for Team Vader. All men are in, and they have a 4-on-3 advantage. Their bodies laying everywhere, guys.
And how important it is to have that fresh man come in. Dustin Rhodes is finding out now he's getting beat up worse.
Well, the last man to come in will be the Shockmaster.
And who knows what kind of entrance he's going to make.
Yeah, and he's being taunted by Sid Vicious. Who knows? He may not wait on the cage to be open. He may just go right through.
And he may trip and fall and knock himself out.
Well, no, that's true. That may happen. War Games.
He may be the last in and the first eliminated.
This is the last period for War Games. When the Shockmaster gets in,
the battle beyond begins.
That's right, the match beyond begins. Then it's submit or surrender. Harley Race John with Road Warrior Animal on the outside, taunting him.
1 minute remains in the period. 1 minute.
Sting's team's in trouble here, Jesse.
Well, Sting's getting handled by both ends of Harlem Heat.
Dustin is down, being double teamed. Davey Boy looks like the only man who's going. He goes down. He was the only man that had anything going.
45 seconds remain.
But he's down too.
Animals firing up the Shockmaster outside the ring.
And a messy Dustin Rhodes continues to fight. Oh, but he was double teamed right there.
30 seconds remain.
30 seconds.
Get closer.
Cole! Wow! He hurt himself that time. The last 15 seconds of War Games. Get ready at 10 for the match beyond to begin.
10, 9,
and Dustin Rhodes has Sid to figure 4.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now the match beyond begins. It's submit or surrender.
The Shockmaster made it through. He made it through another one. The Shockmaster on his feet. The big guy at 400 pounds. He's the fresh man. The match beyond begins. Now
is he working people over? This guy's bigger than Vader.
We have to watch and listen here. Remember, it's submit or surrender.
Look at this. The Shockmaster hammers Vader to the mat.
Oh!
This guy likes it.
Pounding away. He throws. Oh, he threw Cole back again. Like, get off of me. The boot still being used as a weapon. The referees are on the outside now. They will make the determination of a submission. Sting paired off with Sid Vicious. The Shockmaster has Cole. He has him in a bear hug. A massive bear hug.
He could get a submission with this hug.
Well, the referees are down at that end checking. He's got it. He may be going out here. He's got him.
He's still screaming no.
Kane trying to cut him off, but Davey Boy cuts him off.
Yes.
Hey, he's calling for it. Cole has said, yes, I've had enough. It's
Ladies
over.
and gentlemen,
a
Harlem
squeeze by the
has submitted to
Shockmaster.
the Shockmaster. The winners of the match beyond the Shockmaster, the natural Dustin Rhodes, the British Bulldog, and Steve.
And their captain, who remained on the outside, Road Warrior Animal. I tell you what, Jesse, you had a good laugh at the Shockmaster because he has a tendency to fall around, but he was the dominating force in this War Games of Match Beyond.
Well, I'll tell you what, Tony, he got in there, he put the big squeeze on Harlem Heat. And look at, he just fell again. No.
You didn't beat nobody!
Look at Vader.
Vader.
Get back here! Come on back! We demand satisfaction! We're still standing!
It was a war like we thought.
Give up! I didn't give up! What's going on here? I did not give up!
Yeah, he
Where's
did.
the referee?
Didn't you see him shake his
Where's
head?
the
Well, he's
freaking
claiming he didn't give up, Tony, but I gotta verify with you, yes, he did give up. And who can blame him? I mean, the Shockmaster, probably the most powerful bear hug. I've never seen anybody batter Vader like that.
It ain't over! Remember, brother, since this is get you in the ring, next time, we're gonna break somebody in half!
Well, War Games, the match beyond is over. Sting, Davey Boy, the Shockmaster, and Dustin Rhodes. We have to be concerned about the condition of Dustin Rhodes on many levels. The match beyond is over, and
I'm sick and tired of this crap!
Well, I'm glad they're in that cage, I can tell you that. They're very angry men right now.
Well, they're coming out right now. The Colonel's waiting, Harley Race. What a night it's been here in Houston, Tony. The Shockmaster making the difference. The guy can't walk and chew gum at the same time, but he proved he can definitely put a bear hug on.
3 titles changed hands here at Fall Brawl in Houston. War Games, the match beyond, was every bit the fight we thought it would be. Cactus Jack.
A triumphant return for him. Beat Yoshi Kwan, got the bag back. He's looking for Vader.
There we are, right in the middle of the battleground.
And 3 championships change his hand. Lord Steven Regal, the new World Television Champion. New tag team champions, the Nasty Boys, who sprung Missy Hyatt on us. And of course, ravishing Rick Rude now makes the Nature Boy the former champion for 10 times.
That's not the end of it, Steve! Davey Boy Dustin! And you big goof, you Shockmaster!
Shockmaster was the difference here, no doubt about it. And August 18th, he made quite a debut as he spilled himself into a flare for the gold, and you laughed a lot. Fans, our next event, Halloween Havoc, and we have found out it will be, finally, Cactus Jack getting back at Vader because it will be spin the wheel, make the deal.
Whoa, spin the wheel, make the deal, Vader and Jack.
This has been World Championship Wrestling's Fall Brawl. We'll see you next week in all of our programs and see you on October 24th from New Orleans for Halloween Havoc.
And I'm happy to get out of Texas.
I'm sure you are. See you, fans.